Wolves. He is still recovering from a bone bruise and hyperextended knee suffered in Game 4 of their first-round series, although there are reports he is making a push to return for tonight's game. It will be televised on NBC Sports Network and Peacock, tip-off at 8:30.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is game day Monday. Finally, the Spurs back in action after a week off, taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Game 1 inside the Frostbank Center tonight at 8:30. We got a lot to say about that. Welcome to the Blitz, everybody. I'm Joe Reinagel. There's Jason Minix back from Atlanta, GA.
Yeah, fun weekend in the ATL where they do celebrate division championships. I was a little surprised to see that up there on the banner already stitched in with 2026.
How about that?
Yeah, got a retired Spur statue out in front with Dominique Wilkins. It was a good weekend.
Nice, very nice. That's awesome. Had a good weekend, pretty chill, but it was good. I'm just ready for this. After watching some really bad basketball, for the most part, I don't know, the Boston Celtics just forget how to play?
They wanted to go home and complain about flopping and fouls.
I suppose so.
From a MVP candidate, which was disappointing. Cleveland, Toronto, yeah. Game 7s are supposed to be really good.
They are.
Oh, we had that in hockey. But the basketball, yeah.
Not so good. Hopefully these what's going to be interesting because Philadelphia is playing well at the right time. The 76ers I'm talking about, they look pretty good to close out the Celtics. But I'm just looking forward to seeing the silver and black back on the floor tonight. And the question is going to be, will there be an Anthony Edwards sighting?
I thought the question was going to be, will the fans wear their T-shirts? Because
they're
it's another
that.
Fiesta T-shirt kind of game.
They're going to do that.
They better.
They will.
It looks good.
Yeah. They'll do that. But this Anthony Edwards thing.
That truly is the Game 1 shocker. The fact that he might play.
Yeah, exactly.
He was warming up on the court earlier today. I did not think, based on all the early reports from over the weekend, that we would see Anthony Edwards until at the very least Game 3 on Friday.
Well, Shams said that on Friday that he's not going to play early in this season, would probably miss at least 2 to 3 games. But the fact that he's pushing to play, and now Shams Charania said there's a headline here says he's expected to play.
Expected to play.
Wow.
That would be your Game 1 shocker.
That is shocking. You look at that a couple of different ways, Jason. I mean, the T-Wolves played pretty well. I'm not saying they're better without Anthony Edwards. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going there. But their young guys have played pretty well. So what? He can't be 100%, can he?
As Shams just tweeted out, 9 days removed from that left knee injury, barring a pregame setback, he is expected to play tonight.
Wow.
Will he be limited? I don't know. What is his nickname? The Wolverine?
Wolverine.
Guy heals faster than anybody on planet Earth, not named Wemby.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a little bit of everything, and quite honestly, I would rather see the Spurs take on Anthony Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
I say that, as long as they get to the next round. But when you look at this series, the sizzle of this series, and you could apply the same thing to what's happening in Oklahoma City, getting a Lakers team without Luka. We want the greatness. And as a basketball fan, I want to see these superstars play.
Yep.
As a Spurs fan, I just want to make sure they get to the next round, and this does make it a little bit more difficult. With the news that Anthony Edwards is expected to play tonight in Game 1, as a Spur fan, does that change your outlook on tonight's game and this series? A Minnesota team that has gone to the Western Conference Finals for two straight years. This is a team that's expected to take that next step. It'd be very interesting to see how quickly the line moves in Vegas, not only for tonight, but for the overall series.
Well, it has moved a lot. The Spurs, when it opened up against the Timberwolves, they were like 14.5. I saw 15 in some places, and it's already come down to 13.5. So that's a good question whether that will come down or not. Now, he's expected to play. That doesn't mean that he's going to just yet, but you got to figure he's going to play, right? That is incredible. I would have never thought that. Not after watching the video, seeing him hyperextend his knee. I would have never thought that at all.
It'd be interesting to see if he's limited at all. Seeing this Timberwolves team play in the first round, knocking off Denver, knowing what we know about Chris Finch, kind of like what we said a week ago Friday about Wemby in Portland. Is it right for him to play? Is it smart for him to play? Is he going to play? And of course, in that game, Wemby did not play and was angry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Edwards is obviously pushing the play. The only thing that's a little surprising, and again, a hyperextended knee is not a hamstring, it's not a calf strain, but no kind of ramp-up period from all accounts. Would he practice today? All right, you're good.
Well, I think he's done some stuff over the weekend before they came here, but just at shoot-around today, he wasn't running. He was just taking shots and moving around a little bit.
Yesterday when I got home and seeing some of the reports, he was still week to week, not minute to minute.
Well, maybe they're going to lie.
Although it's Monday, it's a whole new week, huh?
Well, they're going to lie, right? I mean, come on. They don't want the Spurs to know. By the way, the game's been taken off of my app.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure they will come back once they know. But right now, I couldn't bet on the game if I wanted to. So interesting there. Somebody says it's down to 11.5 now.
On ESPN, it's 11.5.
11.5. Okay.
Although I got to imagine that might change, although I just refreshed. The other big thing today, where are you watching the game? It's not on Channel 4. It's on Peacock or on NBC Sports Network. So if you have YouTube, you have it. But apparently some of the others, for those of you that still are connected to the cord with the Spectrum or DirecTV or Dish, you're screwed. Pledge, you have Spectrum. Do you have NBC Sports Network on your Spectrum? So Spectrum might have it. Pledge says yes, but then gives you a look like he's not really sure. He's double-checking. Because it's one of those channels that you think you have until you need it. You don't go looking for it.
Well, exactly. I can't remember the last time I watched NBC Sports Network, to be totally honest with you.
I want to say Michelle Beadle had a show on there.
All
that
right.
might have been the last time I saw it.
Maybe. I have not heard, but or have not watched that in a long time. So, but I've got Peacock too, so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it now, and I was looking forward to it before Anthony Edwards expected to play, and now I'm truly looking forward to it. Now Carter Bryant may not play for the Spurs tonight. He's dealing with a sore ankle, so he may not play. Obviously, that's not as big as an Anthony Edwards, but it could mean something anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and again, huge news to start the show from Shams that Anthony Edwards is expected to play tonight. Does that, as a Spur fan, being honest with yourself, change your feelings for tonight's game? One, does it change your feelings on how this series will go? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 on Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Access YouTube through sasportstar.com.
Going to be interesting to see. You know, we had a poll on Friday, Jason, because, well, I can't do the show without a poll.
Of course not.
And most people thought Spurs in 5. I just wonder if that's changed their mind a little bit. I said 6 on Friday, just because I think it's going to be a tougher series than the last one was, although I think Portland put up a hell of a fight, but Minnesota's better than Portland. Overall, top to bottom, they are better than Portland. So I wonder if that changes anybody's mind about how many games you think this will go, or Does it not?
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious what everybody's thinking now.
Well, I'd like to hear from everybody. Whether that's Jason just gave out the phone numbers. You can certainly do it the old-fashioned way. Go to sasportstar.com. You can get on our YouTube page and comment there, or at Jason Minix, at Joe Reinagle 210 on Twitter. I want to hear from you. What's your confidence level going into tonight's Game 1 of the Western Conference Semifinals? Let's talk some more about it and get you updated on what's happening. Hear from some Spurs as well when we continue here on a Mellow Monday here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need any kind of promotional items made, you need to go see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You need your logo on a golf shirt, a fishing shirt, a dress shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. All kinds of shirts. And he's got all the big name brands, including Tommy Bahama, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, Nike, North Face, Eddie Bauer, to name a few. You need that logo on hats. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few, in stock, waiting on your logo. Need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need uniforms, Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from all kinds of industries. And it's more than just uniforms. So if you own a business, go see Sam and ask him about his sign shop, which can do signs, flags, banners, card magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, no order too small. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
San Antonio has a drinking problem, and it's getting worse every day. More and more people are on the bottle. This is Rob Thompson for Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio in the Hill Country, and I want to help you get off the bottle. The plastic water bottle, that is. I don't blame you. Tap water has that off taste, but buying bottled water over and over is like losing in the first round every single week. You keep paying, you keep hauling it home, and the bottled water companies keep hauling your money to the bank. There's a better way out there. Right now, when you buy Connecticut water softener, you get a K5 reverse osmosis drinking station free. It's installed right in your kitchen sink. It's like having a bottled water machine at home without the bottles. Pure, clean, great tasting water. The K5 helps remove the contaminants and reduce the stuff that messes with taste and odor. Do what Dave Ramsey recommends. Do what I do. Make the wise investment. Call Connecticut today, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE. Go get one today. I know you're going to be thanking me later.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for Window Nation. You know, May's weather is pretty nice, but those hot summer days are going to be here soon. Don't wait until the heat hits to try to avoid high energy bills. Upgrade your home's windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows with new energy-efficient ones and getting half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 1 of Spurs Timberwolves is in the book. We got 2 more series kicking off. How's the NBA looking as we get into this phase? Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Well, the game has just come back up on my little sports betting app. Spurs are -9 now.
Okay. So Anthony Edwards is worthy of 2 to 3 points.
Apparently so, at least according to Vegas. If you haven't heard, Anthony Edwards expected to play tonight in Game 1 of the semifinals in the Western Conference. Big news came out right as we went on the air that Shams reported that. He was at shoot-around today, moving around pretty well. He had been cleared for on-court activity. Not sure if that meant he was cleared for games, but I guess so.
May the 4th be with you. For a guy that is known to heal fast, this is a shocker. This is a shocking development for Game 1. Over the weekend, the reports were he would be back at some point this series. Was not expected to be on the court in San Antonio, although he was on the bus. He's obviously with this team. And credit the Minnesota Timberwolves, because if they had any clue that this dude was going to play tonight in Game 1, they played it pretty coy. Listen to Mike Conley talking about Ant's availability for tonight.
Honestly, it's not surprising. I expected him this week sometime regardless, but I've seen him over the last 4 or 5 days doing rehab and trying to get in the gym, and it was like, man, this dude, like, he's trying to play, so we expect him to, compete. He loves competing, and that's all he wants to do, so we're happy to have him when he's ready. Hopefully, he'll be ready to go.
When you say that, you've seen him knowing, hey, he's trying to play, like, obviously anytime anybody's injured, they're rehabbing. What have you seen specifically from him that has told you, like, how quickly he's trying to get back?
I think how quickly he was able to get back, even getting on the court, shooting, not necessarily going 100 miles an hour at first, but the fact that he had the kind of injury he had, and then, you look at him, a week later, and he's doing the things he was doing on the court. It was pretty amazing how fast he's kind of got to that point. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Well, I tell you what, the guy is amazing. He's a miracle healer. That is for sure. I don't know, there's some kind of voodoo he's doing, but for that video of him hyperextending his knee, I mean, it looked bad. There's no way I thought he'd be back in 9 days, 10 days.
No, and the Minnesota Timberwolves, like the Spurs with Wemby, like the Lakers right now with Luka, you're not rushing a player back if they're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
A playoff game, a playoff series isn't worth the long-term consequences. This is, Timmy in 2000. Could he have played through that? Pop said, I'm not risking your future for right now.
Right.
And the Lakers, I'm sure they would love to rush Luka in that hamstring back. They're not going to, because it's not all about this year. It's about the but again, a hyperextended knee isn't a hamstring injury. It's not. Is that more of a pain tolerance? If is that is clearly they wouldn't be putting him in this situation to possibly play tonight if they thought it could cause further damage to the knee. The question is pain tolerance, and can he do Anthony Edwards type things tonight on the basketball floor?
Well, it's going to be interesting. And how many minutes is he going to be able to play? Is he on a minutes restriction? Or will they take a look at him? Now, according to Shams, he's going to go through pregame warm-ups with the expectation to play. But I guess they'll figure that out and see how he feels after he goes through that. Still listed as questionable. Ayo Dosunmu, their little point guard, is out. He has been officially ruled out. So he's got a calf injury. So they've got two players that are out of, obviously DiVincenzo, and now Dosunmu is out as well. So still a little bit banged up, but they've got some players on that team. And I tell you, I was very impressed with what they did in the first round, in that first round series against Denver. They were tough.
Yeah, definitely. And again, so I mean, you go through all of the planning, and you got to believe that the Spurs, I know the lip service has been they're preparing for Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
But they all understand the injury reports. Their mindset to find out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon versus, I don't know, 8 o'clock tonight, like, what a boost of energy for the Spurs and those players in that locker room to know that, or at least now expect him to play, as opposed to being surprised. Because there is the human nature of, you can say all you want, yeah, we're preparing for this guy, whatever. But again, if you don't think you're going to play him, you're thinking this might be a little bit easier of a time. Now they have plenty of time to make whatever adjustments to the game plan and mental preparations for tonight's game, knowing that, all right, if you haven't been studying Ant film, you better be breaking down some video right now.
I'm sure they know all about Anthony Edwards, I'm sure. That guy, I think the last time he played inside the Frost Bank Center, he put up ridiculous points. And so he can score, and he is going to be a problem, and that opens things up for everybody. What I'm curious about tonight when I watch the game, because when I watched that last game Minnesota played against Denver that knocked the Nuggets out of the playoffs, they got a couple of young dudes that are very – remind me a lot of some of the Spurs players, like a Dylan Harper, for example. They're just fast, and they get up and down the floor very quickly, and they don't seem to have any fear. And so I wonder how that affects those guys. And again, it's all new to us. So we got to watch tonight and see how the Minnesota Timberwolves handle things and how many minutes Ant plays, or is he just a full go like there's nothing happened?
I love basketball.
I do too. Bro.
And again, this is a Minnesota team that finished off Denver without Anthony Edwards.
That's true.
Without some of their key guys. Steph Castle was talking about, look, it's more than just Anthony Edwards. Defense tonight has to be great.
I mean, they have a lot of scores. I mean, it would be similar to, not as straightforward as Portland. Obviously, they have a lot more dynamic players. They have some players out, but obviously we expect them to come back. But, just trying to keep them out of the paint. They have a lot of guys that can shoot and score with space, so just trying to pressure them as much as we can.
I don't think the Spurs thought Portland was much of a challenge. And you missed this. You were out on Friday, but Wemby basically said the same thing.
It was good. It was fun. But Portland is a pretty straightforward team. They're on one end of the spectrum of NBA teams. So it requires a lot of resilience to keep pushing through that, because they push you through an identity that might not be yours. And I'm excited to play against teams that, will challenge more of the technical basketball aspect.
Wemby wasn't challenged against Portland.
Over here playing tiddlywinks.
Oh, my goodness.
He ain't wrong.
Well, and we're again looking at Portland as a scrappy bunch, and I think they did the best they could. They were certainly outmanned. I think it's going to be interesting with this series, and obviously I think Wemby's a much better player than Rudy Gobert, but they know each other very well.
Oh, they do. And again, the one thing that, what's the word? Let's see. Everybody on the Nuggets was called out for their defense, right?
True.
We know that.
Yeah.
The Spurs play really good at defense, and De'Aaron Fox just knows that's what they've got to take care of.
Yeah, I think it was good. We focused on the things that we wanted to focus on. I think the one thing I think was points in transition, which I think they averaged like 16, and our goal was 15. So we didn't do that. But even with that, I think we had some really good games, and then we had some games that we weren't so great. So obviously those things average out. But I think overall, I think we had a good defensive series.
And it was good for the Spurs against Portland, a scrappy team. And Fox said, you got to continue to keep that same mindset starting this series tonight against Minnesota.
Yeah. They changed a little bit. Some of it's the same, but we have those goals. We have a number that we want to keep them to or keep them under. And they told us what their record was when they're under that and when they're over that. So we have those goals that we want to really focus on going into the series.
It was going to be interesting because Minnesota's a better defensive team than Portland as well. So they're gonna play better defense. I'm not sure if we're going to have high-scoring shootouts in this series at all, or will it be more ugly with just better defense? It's going to be a fascinating series, and I can't wait for it.
And again, the Anthony Edwards news today, does that change your outlook? Eloy, who is mid-flight right now from San Antonio to Atlanta, tweeting in, gotta love Wi-Fi on an airplane.
I know it.
Had Spurs in 5 before this news. I'm sticking with it.
Wow. Okay.
Confident.
All right.
Appreciate that. What do you guys think? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. John, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, fellas, I appreciate you taking my call. Real quick, I wasn't ever worried about Anthony Edwards because he's going to go out there and get his 30, and that's what they say is they'll get his, but there's 4 other guys on the floor that they've got to take into account for. I think the biggest factor, though, is going to be how Gobert goes up against Wemby, because if you watch what he did against Jokic, who is, quote-unquote, the best player in the league right now, he gave him fits on defense. And so if he does that to Wemby, that's where it's going to get really interesting.
Well, it's funny that you say that because, look, Rudy Gobert going into that series was pissed off that he wasn't even mentioned as a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, and he said as much. And so I think he wants to play good defense. He's going to want to even more against Wemby since Wemby did win that award. But he's still playing with a chip on his shoulder, or will he go back to the old soft Rudy Gobert? And we'll see. But you got another guy in there that could give Wemby some fits, and a Julius Randle who can bang him around a little bit. A Naz Reid. They've got some players, and it's not just a one-man show like the Portland Trailblazers were.
Well, we do know it's second round of the playoffs. Minnesota is a far more physical team than Portland. And De'Aaron Fox certainly is aware of that.
I mean, that's still a big team. That's a team that plays to their identity regardless of who's out there. They're extremely physical, especially defensively on the glass. I mean, that's how they beat us this year. We had the lead in all 3 of those games, and I would say those fourth quarters we lost by like 40 out of those 3 games, or 30-something. And that's what they did. They crashed the glass more. They were more physical defensively. That's the way that they play. That's their identity. So for us, that doesn't change because that's the way that Portland was as well. They're an extremely physical defensive team. They go, they crash, they chase after their misses. So those things are the same. Obviously, it's a different offensive team, but those are kind of staples that they still live by.
Wow. It's going to be fun. Franklin Boteo on here had the Spurs in 4 before and still have the Spurs in 4. Look, if it goes that way, it goes that way, but I don't see any scenario the Spurs sweep Minnesota. Not one. There's not one scenario that I can think of that the Spurs get a sweep.
I'm reading some of the comments there on YouTube. You guys could read them too. Don't know that I've ever been called a bloke before, but Josh says, don't know if both of you blokes heard, but Ant is playing tonight. I assume, Josh, the volume on your computer there works because we've been talking about it now for 30 minutes since the news broke. Right as we came on the air that Ant is expected to play tonight. And that needs to become a poll question. with the Anthony Edwards news that he might play tonight, does that change your outlook for this series for the San Antonio Spurs? Chris Summer says Spurs in 6, and then lose to OKC in 6.
Wow. Okay. All right. I said Friday, Spurs in 6. I think that will be a little tougher series, and I think Minnesota will grab it. And that was before I knew about Anthony Edwards. I'm not changing my pick. I still believe that that's going to be the case. But
Spurs in 6.
Spurs in 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not going to change my mind on that. I just it's going to be a tougher series.
And quite frankly, I'm the same way. I probably was Spurs in 5, now thinking maybe Spurs in 6. The confidence that I have in this Spurs team coming off of that Portland win. But I will say, I'm impressed as hell, and have been for the last several years with this Minnesota team. But for that Minnesota team, with all their injuries, to fight and eliminate the Denver Nuggets the way they did, a Nuggets team that knows how to win a championship, that has won a championship. When you got a guy like Joker, who might be considered the best player in the world, to eliminate him and make him look silly in the process, that's one hell of a basketball team with or without their superstar.
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of ways, kind of what we said about the Spurs without Wemby when there was the idea that they might be without him for a couple of games after his head bounced off the floor, right? This is still a really good basketball team.
Yes.
They're better with Wemby. Minnesota is still a really good basketball team. They're better with Ant.
Yes.
And it looks like Anthony Edwards is going to play tonight.
Yeah, a lot of video, and the arena looks great, by the way, in some of this video with the T-shirts. So everybody, if you're going to the game tonight, wear your T-shirt. But Edwards, it looks like he's moving around just fine. Again, I haven't seen him run. He's just taking shots, but he looks like he's getting up. I mean, there's no problem elevating, and so it looks like Anthony Edwards is going to be Anthony Edwards. We'll see. I tell you what, as excited as I was before coming in here today, I'm so much more excited now.
Even more so.
Even more so. I want to see the Spurs beat the best, dude. I don't want any excuses.
You know, I'm with you. That sounds great coming out of your mouth.
Uh-huh.
But in reality, who gives a damn if ultimately you get to the finals or win a championship, right? I mean, I see a comment on YouTube right now, they'll get the Patriots route. Who cares? I mean, do you think the Patriots are going to say, yeah, you know what, we had a really easy road to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to wear my AFC championship ring.
Yeah, but we saw what happened to the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Well, I've seen the Eastern Conference play. So I think if you make it to the finals out of the West, you're probably having a parade.
I think
Boston
you're exactly
eliminated.
Right. Yeah.
Philadelphia, they're really good as long as Joel Embiid stays healthy. How long will he stay healthy? Cleveland, I mean, they were on life support, and somehow they're moving on. I was in Atlanta over the weekend. Boy, the talk of those Hawks and that collapse at home was embarrassing. I think you guaranteed an Atlanta win in that, didn't you?
Of course not.
I think you did.
I never did.
They were down 50.
Dude, that last game, I didn't guarantee anything in that
think you
series.
did.
No.
I think you did.
You're mistaken. That must have been somebody you sat next to on a plane.
No. I mean,
wasn't me.
No, I was in Magic City, and they were like, "Yeah, your partner Joe Reinagel, man,
Magic City." Yeah, he's in here all the time.
Yeah,
Reinagel's a regular. He's a VIP.
Lemon pepper loose.
How was Magic City?
The wings are great.
Interesting stuff. I'm sure we will talk more about Magic City and Atlanta.
Maybe
coming up. In the meantime, there were a lot of other playoff series. The semifinals are all set, and there's some good matchups, including the Lakers and OKC. I don't know if that's a good matchup or not, but I guess we'll find out. We'll talk about all of it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're always tired and maybe you're exhausted, just no energy, no sex drive, it's time for you to head to Synergenics or Low T Center. 1 in 4 men has low testosterone, and 80% of women experience hormonal imbalance. At Synergenics, you can book a free testosterone test and see if you qualify for TRT customized to your body by expert providers. New female patients can pay just their insurance copay or a $99 flat fee for a full hormone evaluation. Synergenics and Low T Center have been highlighted for having the highest quality testosterone on the market. They only use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, and every treatment is tailored to your body. At Synergenics and Low T Center, all providers are board-certified and experts in their field, not random chat bots or providers that you'll never actually see. And they also have a variety of peptides to help with healing, muscle tone, recovery, sleep, weight loss, even hair and skin quality. So put that spring back in your step. Go to the website, feelgreatlookgreat.com to book your first appointment today. Again, that website, feelgreatlookgreat.com.
This Wednesday, we are live at Novo Brewer with your Spurs T-Wolves Game 2 pregame action. The Blitz is live from 2 to 6 with happy hour specials and giveaways, a full bar, and a made fresh, delicious menu. This Wednesday at Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
At Target, finding something for every kind of mom and every side of mom just got easier. Does she love fashion? Take 20% off select women's clothing and accessories and find a dress she'll love to wear. Is she into the outdoors? Freshen up her favorite spot with up to 40% off planters, pillows, and poofs. Or keep it classic. Fresh tulips for just $12 and a Dossier fragrance trio for $32. Whatever mom is into, we've got it. Celebrate mom her way, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
It is game day Monday, that's for sure. Game night San Antonio, we will do that coming up at 5:30, brought to you by Vision Source. Stay tuned for that, but we're going to talk Spurs basketball all day because, well, that's what we do. It's game one. It's game day. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
The excitement level for tonight's game one may be upped by how many? Just the news of Anthony Edwards potentially playing tonight. Again, The report from Shams is he's expected to play, barring some sort of pregame setback.
And I'm not sure exactly what that would mean unless he goes into the locker room this afternoon whenever he's taking his nap or whatever they do. And what he did this morning, does that affect him somehow, some way? We'll see. But I hope he's on the floor tonight because, to me, that just adds to the excitement of this game.
Well, and again, for the series, and let's face it, you look at the second round of the playoffs, and we'll kind of dive into all of them. Lakers against Oklahoma City. Now, a lot of you didn't think the Lakers would get by Houston, but they suck. And
Houston sucks,
and
man.
nobody was going to give whoever a chance against Oklahoma City. And it's kind of the same thing in this series, remember? And I love that Chris Finch said that Denver chose us. Denver wanted Minnesota, right? Uh-huh. And and they're going fishing. But you look at some of these matchups in the second round, the NBA that celebrated their great ratings in the first round, you got some second round matchups that, well, maybe they're good. But there's some potential. I mean, Oklahoma City could take care of the Lakers pretty easily. Well, and without Anthony Edwards, how quickly would the Spurs have taken Minnesota? The NBA needs this. You look over in the East, Boston, what a disappointment. What a complete disappointment for Boston. Now, granted, I had them going to the finals.
I think a lot of people did.
It's not like I was out on a limb alone, but for them to lose the series the way they did, Joel Embiid, and again, when healthy, that dude's a beast, but he can't even stay healthy through a game. I mean, you never know. Is that guy gonna live? I mean, he's and then Jaylen Brown calling him out last night on a live stream for flopping. Come on, dude.
Well, he's saying the officials had an agenda.
Well, they did.
Come on, dude. That's ridiculous. Well, he'll get fined for that, I'm sure. A little money out of his pocket. But look, everybody, a lot of guys flop now because they get away with it until the NBA does something about it. I mean, you've got SGA up there at OKC. I mean, he's a flopping queen. And I'm just saying this. I mean, until the NBA does something about it, they're going to continue to flop if they get to the free throw line. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
And so, maybe the Spurs ought to take notice with some of that flopping. Manu Ginobili was pretty good at it.
I was going to say, I mean, the NBA. Look, which game was I watching? Was it last night? Reggie Miller admitted to flopping, and Tarico calling him out for finally being honest. Dude, I mean, that's not breaking news. That is the way the NBA is played right now. And if you touch somebody and you sell it, you're there. Philly, New York should be a good series. It should be.
I guess.
If Philly plays the way Philly can play, that should be a good series. And the fact that Philly is already restricting ticket sales to zip codes because they don't want New York fans showing up in Philly.
Easy train ride.
And then tomorrow you get Cleveland and Detroit. Detroit, man, and I love Cade Cunningham, and there's been some times I've really liked that Detroit team, and other times where I just don't know if they shouldn't be around, right? I'm looking at all of that. How good is Cleveland, right? Can Cleveland actually make a run through the East and get there?
I wouldn't bet against any of them. I mean, who knows? I still think the Knicks are about Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know.
Who isn't Jekyll and Hyde in the East?
Well, that's a good point. They look great in the last two games, but again, how good was Atlanta, really? I don't know. And so and Philly's playing really well. I mean, they just asked Boston. Philly's playing great.
Yep.
And so if they stay healthy, and that's a big thing for Philly, obviously, then could you see them coming out of the East? I could. I mean, they may be playing better than anybody else right now in the East.
I kind of like Cleveland. I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, Brandon Pugel, who's a big Cleveland sports fan. Mm-hmm. He's like, are you going to give Cleveland some? I'm like, come on, let's be real. Because I think you could say that about everybody. Detroit, who's been really good all year, do they have enough? And then you look at how they were down. They shouldn't be there. I mean, just all of that. Are they a team of destiny? I don't know. I mean, it is so difficult to look at the East and say who is the most complete team. I think in the West, it's still pretty safe to say San Antonio and OKC are going to, one of those two will come out of the West. And if you're in town listening from Minnesota, yep. And you got and you got to be honest with that, right? Anthony Edwards maybe changes that a little bit, but even if he were fully healthy, I still think San Antonio would be the heavy favorites to win this series.
Well, I think so too. But again, that does change the dynamic of this series. Obviously, if he's there and he can play up to the level that Anthony Edwards plays, I mean, he just starts everything, and he's going to open things up for other guys. He just will. So, and again, you mentioned that when we first started the show. I mean, this Minnesota team, always there's something about the playoffs that just gets them fired up, and they play well. Twice to the Western Conference Finals, 2 years in a row. And they're trying to make it a three-peat. And I don't know what it is about the playoffs in the Minnesota Timberwolves, but they up their game, and they get ready. And they've got a bunch of veteran players. Maybe that's a key part of it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight, and I can't wait for this to do this. Now, you talked about Detroit. Orlando got their coach fired.
Well, isn't there a golden rule that if you get fired at 8 a.m. the day after you were eliminated, you were probably going to get fired anyway?
I guess so.
All right, so...
But I thought they played fairly well in that thing.
Well, until they didn't. I mean, you go 45 real-time minutes without a bucket in the NBA. I mean, we can all watch a bunch of 8-year-old girls score more than that. I mean, what the hell is that? I mean, they were up 20 and then they lose by double digits?
Yep. Well, I mean, we Spurs played against a team like that. Weren't they down 19 at one time and won by double digits? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it happens.
It seemed to happen a lot more over the last couple of days. And is it just because we're all paying more attention to playoff basketball? Is it because there's fewer games? So when you get a weird half, we're all paying attention to it. It's just not one of 10 games on the schedule and you're not really paying attention to it. But you have seen some really good and really bad basketball so far in this NBA playoffs. And the TV ratings are good.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people, and if you haven't figured this out now, it's 2:48. Monday afternoon. Game 1 is tonight. There's going to be a whole lot of people that are going to get home and get really pissed off because they can't find the game tonight, right? We're in the second round of the playoffs, yet we've got overlapping games tonight on the streaming services. I know a lot of sports bars are, because some have reached out going, where's this game? What's the alternate channel? You either have Peacock or NBC Sports Network, or you're not going to watch the game tonight. You won't be able to see the Spurs game tonight. You might walk into your favorite sports bar and not be able to get the game tonight if they don't subscribe to Peacock. And Don Harris had a tweet earlier because he's been getting it too. The game is not on Channel 4. And it's not Don Harris's call or Dean Radley's call, the local boss. That is made by a decision made by some suit in New York.
Come on, are you sure? I used to get blamed for that stuff all the time.
And you used to say, it's not my call, but I'm the one getting the
I'm the one that gets hammered. Yes.
I know it. The game is not on CBS either. You put it on Channel 4 tonight, you're getting the Knicks.
Wow.
And I know Don is thrilled with that.
I'm sure he is.
Thrilled.
Peacock or NBC Sports Network, you got to find a place. And before you go to your local watering hole, you might want to call them and see if they've got it.
Yep.
I have a feeling there might be a lot of, and I don't know how that works in the bar business, that might be subscribing to Peacock.
See, the bars, and I don't know all the rules, bars pay so much more than we do.
Yeah, they do.
And their services are so different than what we have at home. But it's the playoffs. And I realize Peacock has spent $1 gazillion to have these games. The NBA is gladly taking the money from Peacock. But a lot of fans are going to be madder than hell tonight when they can't watch that game because not everybody is subscribed to Peacock. And during the regular season, cool, and I know the money is made during the postseason, but I am a little surprised that the NBA is not making these playoff games a lot more available to the masses. I understand what they're trying to do. They're fulfilling an obligation to get you to sign up and subscribe to Peacock. That's what this is all about, and they have spent the money to do that. But it's playoff time.
Now, I don't know about you, but can't you just go for that, 7-day free trial?
I mean,
and cancel it after tonight's game?
Unless you already used your free trial.
Well, I guess.
And you got to come up with another email address.
That's it. You can do that.
But now I haven't done this, so I don't know, but I saw somebody complaining that they tried a new email, but because their IP address that was recognized, because look, the technology is out there. They don't want you to sign up for a free trial and quit.
We need a VPN then, right?
Well, there's ways around everything.
There's got to be ways around it.
But I promise you, there are a lot of people listening right now that might think they have it, or they're going to get home not paying attention, and they're going to be complaining like mad that they couldn't watch the game because it's only on Peacock.
Well, Jason, that's what we're here for. We're letting you know now.
Yep.
I mean, it's 5 hours or so plus 5.5 hours before game time.
Yep.
So you got time to do what you need to do to make sure that you can watch the game tonight. So we're giving you fair warning. So tomorrow, I don't want to hear it. Couldn't find the game. Where was it? We're letting you know right now. It's not on Channel 4. It is on Peacock and NBC Sports Network, wherever that is. And you told me that YouTube has it?
YouTube has it on NBC Sports Network.
Okay.
So if you have YouTube, that is available, should be available to you.
Did Pledge say you had it on Spectrum? He does not.
No, I do not, but I do have Peacock.
Okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
But see, that's it. I don't believe Spectrum has NBCSN, and I don't believe DirecTV has it. Give or take. So, and there are a lot of sports bars out there that don't have Peacock.
Going to be interesting to see. So I would check with them, whatever your favorite is, check with them before you go. Because, look, and I think sports bars are probably scrambling as well.
Mm-hmm.
The Rue Pub will have it.
Well, it's funny you say that. I just checked, to double check. The Rue Pub, of course they've got the Spurs on tonight.
Yes.
And I was texting with one of the managers there yesterday while I was in Atlanta, and then texting Dawn just to try to make sure that, a place like the Rue Pub has everything, and they're going to have everything. But some of your neighborhood spots, they're not going to have it. Some of your chain restaurants, where they don't necessarily, and chain sports bars, if you will, some of those restaurant ones.
Did you say restaurant?
Well, you know what I'm saying.
What you said? I know what you're saying, but
yeah,
I don't know if I've ever heard it put that way. Restaurant.
You've never heard of a restaurant?
Well, I mean, I'm saying, were you talking about a Hooters or a Twin Peaks or a?
Yes, that's what a restaurant is. Yes.
Okay, all right.
You didn't know that?
Well, I didn't really put that much time into it. No, I'm going to Hooters or Twin Peaks.
It's two thoughts, man, combined into one. You're good.
Yeah, well, okay.
You've never heard the term restaurant?
I'm sure I have, but
How old are you?
I'm old, but it doesn't matter. Restaurant.
But some of those chain places where they don't control their local TV?
That's true.
They might not have this.
Again, it's a simple phone call. If you're planning to go somewhere tonight to watch the game, just call them and make sure they got it.
Well, that's it.
That's all you got to do. It's easy peasy, man.
But double check and make sure, because whoever answering the phone is going to be like, well, of course we do.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
I'm telling you.
Well, they must be talking through their breasts.
Oh, good Lord.
If it's a restaurant. I'm just saying. Let's talk about a Philadelphia Eagle who is dating a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Should that be allowed?
Allowed, huh?
Should that be allowed, or is that blasphemy if you are a Philadelphia Eagle or a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, either one, and it's Jerry Jones putting her up to it? Aha. Jesus. All kinds of conspiracy theories. We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Of course, the Rue Pub. we'll have the Spurs game tonight. Starts at 8:30, but you want to go early? Get yourself a table and get a great dinner because you know there's no better place to watch any big game than the Roof Up there at 281 in Redland Road, and no better place to go watch a playoff basketball game. It's going to be crazy in there. It always is. And make sure you go hungry because you know the food is fantastic. They have the biggest and best wings in town. I love the fried shrimp over there, the hot dogs. They got about 15 different burgers on the menu. Great salads, great appetizers, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roof Up there at 281 and Redland Road. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. And yes, they will have Game 1 tonight there at the Roof Up. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
San Antonio has a drinking problem, and it's getting worse every day. More and more people are on the bottle. This is Rob Thompson for Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio in the Hill Country, and I want to help you get off the bottle. The plastic water bottle, that is. I don't blame you. Tap water has that off taste, but buying bottled water over and over is like losing in the first round every single week. You keep paying, you keep hauling it home, and the bottled water companies keep hauling your money to the bank. There's a better way out there. Right now, when you buy Connecticut water softener, you get a K5 reverse osmosis drinking station free. It's installed right in your kitchen sink. It's like having a bottled water machine at home without the bottles. Pure, clean, great tasting water. The K5 helps remove the contaminants and reduce the stuff that messes with taste and odor. Do what Dave Ramsey recommends. Do what I do. Make the wise investment. Call Connecticut today, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE. Go get one today. I know you're going to be thanking me later.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off duration, woodscapes, and super deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
It is game night here in San Antonio. The Spurs play host to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Western Conference Semifinals Game 1. Big news of the day. Anthony Edwards listed as questionable for tonight's game, but he is expected to play. Tip-off for tonight's game, set for 8:30, will be televised on NBC Sports Network and on Peacock. And according to reports by ESPN, George Pickens surveyed his trade value before signing his franchise tag.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On game day, the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, game 1 of the Western Conference Semifinals tonight. Big news as soon as we came on the air. Anthony Edwards expected to play for the T-Wolves. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
And that really is your game 1 shocker, that he might play. The news over the weekend was at some point in the series, maybe game 3. So, game 1, I woke up this morning not even thinking Anthony Edwards had a chance to play tonight.
Nope.
Yet, here we are.
Here we are. The fact that he was listed as questionable surprised everybody, and that he wasn't automatically out for tonight's game. So that kind of surprised everybody. I saw that yesterday. And now today, well, Sham says he is expected to play.
So on our YouTube, the poll question, with Ant expected to play, does that change your outlook for the Spurs-Wolves series? Right now, 57% say no. 43% say yes.
That's a lot closer than I thought it would be.
See, I was thinking, all right, I mean, if you were Spurs in 4 or 5, or you're still Spurs, but now maybe 6, you're not, well, crap, Minnesota's going to win now. I mean, if you were Spurs in 4, you can't still be Spurs in 4.
I wouldn't think so.
And be taken seriously
and
anyway.
If you were Spurs in 4 anyway, you can't really be taken seriously. You're a fan, and that's great and all, but you're not very realistic. However, having said that, I voted no. It didn't change. I said Spurs in 6, and I'm going to stick with that.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't change my mind at all either way. I just think it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. That's for sure. If he does play, which everybody expects him to do it, it's going to be fun.
Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
I'm not sure what's going on with air travel. I just saw a
Holy
video
cow, dude.
of a little plane in Brazil hit a building.
Yeah.
Kind of scary. Yesterday, we saw a plane clip a bread truck.
Is that the craziest video you've ever seen?
And a light pole. Now, on the East Coast, a lot of times you feel like you're landing on the highway, or planes are landing on the highway. But the video of that truck, that guy's just singing, driving his route. The fact that he's okay, and they're reporting that all the bread is okay too. It's truly amazing video, is it not?
It's incredible. This dude's just doing his job. He's happy. He's in a good mood. He's singing, and all of a sudden a damn plane hits his truck.
Well, and you could hear it. Something hit him.
Wow.
Like, what the? And of course, everything is on video everywhere. Now, I don't know how to do this, but somebody out there might. Yesterday on my flight home from Atlanta, Southwest flight, direct from Atlanta to San Antonio. We are landing in San Antonio, and then all of a sudden we weren't landing anymore. We were, it was very, nonchalant. And then the pilot was like, hey, I know we said we were going to be early. Now we're going to be on time. We had to go around because there was another plane on the runway that wasn't moving fast enough.
Wow.
I think I would rather have not known that, to be honest with you.
Well, now, how close to the runway were you?
In feet, I don't know. I mean, we were landing, and then we took back off again. So I don't know. But it wasn't anything abrupt. It wasn't scary. It was nothing. And probably the vast majority of the people on the plane had no idea that was even going on unless you were looking out the window going, well, we were landing and now we're rising again and flying around the city. What are we doing here?
Wow.
And if he wouldn't have told us, I don't know that most people would have thought much about it. And again, I've been on planes where you're landing and then they circle around, but they don't ever tell you why. I don't know that I really wanted to know why, that there was another plane on the runway. Although I'm kind of glad to know that he recognized it.
Well, he did. He pulled up and then and flew around and came back.
But now I'm curious to get the audio of that, because I would like to hear, as calm as this pilot was he calm? Was the tower calm? I don't know. And now I'm curious, because there's some of those Instagram accounts where you see and hear about all the quote-unquote near misses that happen far too often. But now I'm curious, but I don't even know where to begin to get that audio or to get that audio.
You're fine.
Well, I'm fine now.
There you are. You're fine.
Yeah.
What, did you poop yourself yesterday
No,
or what?
not at all.
All right, just checking.
Not at all.
I might have.
You wouldn't have, because there was nothing dramatic about it. There was no crazy plane jerking or it was just, if he wouldn't have said anything, like I said, unless you were looking out the window and realized, I've landed here many times before, this isn't the way it's supposed to go, you wouldn't have known.
Well, I'm glad everything's okay.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, I'm with you. These flights that have had some close calls are kind of weird. And the flight you're talking about earlier with the guy hitting the truck and the light pole, I mean, that was just strange.
Well, he's just coming in too low.
Yeah.
It's autopilot.
Wow.
And the other thing that I got asked a lot yesterday on social media, I had no issues seeing any of the craziness of Spirit Airlines shutting down.
See, my wife did.
Did she?
When I took her Saturday morning, she had an early flight Saturday morning to Tampa, and it was packed.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me as she was in line, when she took the shortcut there, but still there were a lot of. She said the line was all the way down to security.
All the people getting
Southwest,
rebooked? Wow.
Trying to get on a Southwest flight.
Mm.
Because their Spirit Airline flight was canceled.
Ironically, on my Southwest flight yesterday, the lovely lady in the middle seat was on a Delta flight that somehow got canceled, and she had to rebook quickly on Southwest.
Okay, all right.
But I didn't see any of the craziness of Southwest, and I thought, this is going to suck. But I didn't see any of that.
Well, there you go. That shouldn't last too long, I wouldn't think.
I mean, eventually you're going to get a new flight.
I will.
And you're right. Although I think and I probably knew this, you probably knew this, you just didn't know you knew this.
Yeah.
Spirit Airlines has been around for over 30 years.
Really?
And has never had a crash. The safest airline out there. I did not know or put two and two together of all airlines, Spirit never had an accident.
Wow.
And apparently their jets are some of the safest out there mechanically.
Is that right?
Who knew?
Who knew? I had no clue.
And R.I.P. Spirit.
I have never flown Spirit Airlines. Have you?
No.
I never have.
No. And the quick Halloween Spirit planes that are available now is pretty incredible. The Internet's a wonderful thing.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm. The NFL schedule normally gets released around this time. They're saying it could be delayed for about a week.
Till May 18th, I think, is the day they're looking at. Just simply because they're still trying to negotiate some TV things. I think there's 5 games that are in limbo, I think, at this point in time, and that's the problem. So it will be released whenever they get that figured out. But again, the article I saw today was speculating on May the 18th. Which is always a big day for the NFL when the schedule comes out because you see where everybody is and who you play and when and all that stuff. So a good deal.
Speaking of the NFL, Cooper DeJean is smarter than you realize. Dude has landed a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Yeah, he has. And I guess they were at the Kentucky Derby together, so it's kind of going viral there. But I'm not sure that some Eagle fans are happy about it, and Cowboy fans. I don't know. Does it bother you as a Cowboy fan?
No. I mean, Wasn't there, who was it last year? Some cheerleader was dating a dude on another team. And the cheerleaders aren't allowed to date members of the Dallas Cowboys.
No, they can't do that.
They can still date an NFL guy. You just know they're conflicted when they're playing in a game, especially in Dallas.
I mean, think about this, though. When the Eagles come to Jerry World and she's out there on the field cheering.
Yep.
Is there going to be like I'm not going to cheer too loud because Cooper might hear me? And
they're both professionals.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
She's going to do her job.
And did Jerry put her up to it?
What?
Did Jerry put her up to it? Because
stop.
she could sleep with this guy and maybe get the game plan.
You're going to get the game plan.
I'm just saying.
From Cooper DeJean.
He is the executive of the year.
Oh, good
And,
Lord.
I mean, you put a spy on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Guys, please be quiet. Was it last year that last year, 2 years ago, the Bengals kicker, Cade York, was dating one of the Cowboy cheerleaders at the time?
I think so,
And they
yeah.
kept showing her on TV?
Yeah. So will they do that with the Eagles?
Stop it.
I don't know. It's crazy. Now, to Cooper's defense, I mean, she's very, very
to
shiny.
Cooper's defense, congratulations,
Yes,
man.
yeah.
Congratulations.
I
We
don't
know where your
man.
heart's at.
Yeah, just so you think he'd rather be a Dallas Cowboy? He doesn't want to be a Cowboy, then he couldn't date her.
This is true.
I don't know. Conspiracy thing, man.
Your mind sometimes.
I'm just saying, Jerry is just smart enough to pull that off.
Really?
Sure.
So you think he's pimping out the cheerleaders
Well,
now?
it could be.
You think that they're going to go to a defensive back?
Well, why not? Cooper DeJean's pretty good.
He is pretty good. But again, if you're how do I say this? If you're Jerry and you're enlisting the help of one of your cheerleaders in this particular way, wouldn't you go after, I don't know, the quarterback, a running back, a speedy wide receiver, something else to take his legs, not a defensive player?
I don't know, Jason. Maybe that's why Jerry's doing that, because it throws you off. You're not thinking that that's happening.
Really?
Yeah. So, if it was Jalen Hurts, then you'd say, whoa, what's going on here? But it's Cooper DeJean, so it's like, well, that never happens. See, you're already confused.
Just lifts me every day.
I'm again.
See, you're already like, that could never happen because it's a defensive back. Thank you, Mr. Jones. You see that?
I have all the authority in the world.
Mm-hmm. Take his legs.
Yes, yes. Did you see the inside the NBA yesterday?
Oh, God, yeah.
Dude, that's funny as hell.
Congratulations to those producers. First, the inside crew, this is what they do. And when they went from Turner, not by choice, to ESPN, a lot of things have stayed the same, and they're not necessarily going on the company line.
No.
So whoever made this graphic and authorized this graphic, he had one thing in mind. Now, the guys on the set, they understand, I can't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Jack shrinks as he gets older. And we've got the Boston Celtics, who, after being knocked out by the Philadelphia 76ers, you guys are fishing. I see our buddy Bill Simmons in there, John Krasinski, Mark Wahlberg. I don't know. Stop it. I did that on purpose. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon on there, Tatum and Brown. This last one, that's all I see on that boat. I don't see anything else. I didn't see it. And that's a wrap for Inside the NBA here on ESPN. For Kenny and Chuck and Shaq, Ernie Johnson bidding you a good night from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well, Kenny wanted to go there.
He tried to bait Barkley into it.
He tried, and Barkley wasn't falling for it.
But Kenny didn't have the balls to speak up himself. He was trying to get Chuck to say something.
Well, if you haven't seen it, it's got everybody that went fishing from the NBA that is out of the playoffs, and then you got Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel in the Titanic pose.
Yeah, everything associated with Boston.
Yes.
And while the graphic was there, nobody on that set, Ernie, I don't see anybody else. Nobody at ESPN wants to talk at all. Whether it's them, the graphic was there, Stephen A., get up, although Mike Greenberg did bring it up with the commissioner during the draft. McAfee, nobody's talking about Vrabel and Rossini. And
although her husband now is talking, apparently. He says, I read an article today, he still wants to work it out, if they can.
Unplug it, maybe.
Diana must be something special. I don't think I would. I don't think I would be wanting to work it out. And I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm just saying. If she's been dating Mike Vrabel for 6 years,
it's longer than she's been dating him.
Well, exactly. And I'm just so.
It might be. Those might be Vrabel's kids.
And one of them for sure.
He could live off of whatever money that's coming from Vrabel.
Well, then I in that same article, Jason, it said Diana Rossini's in love with Mike Vrabel. So she's heartbroken for that. She's heartbroken for her career. And I mean, she's just going through it right now. So I feel bad for her. But everybody still wants her. So she must be pretty good at it.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Pretty good at what?
Pretty good at what?
You said she's pretty good at it.
Well, she must be. I'm just saying. It must be, quite the ride.
Her job.
Yeah.
A very talented insider. She, I don't know. I mean, is he just trying to be a little bit more sympathetic so that he can get more in the divorce?
I don't know. So yeah, I'm glad you prefaced in the divorce. I mean, you should get more. Get more what?
When the ducks quack, feed them.
Interesting stuff. Hey, give a quick shout out to my man George Strait before we go away. Did you see this?
Well, sure.
In Clemson, South Carolina.
Yeah.
He had a performance. Biggest audience of people outside of Texas.
Yeah.
He's the king.
I mean, did you see the Savannah Bananas put 102,000 people at Kyle Field?
Well, that's great.
The Savannah Bananas outdrew George.
Well, that's great. That's awesome. And have you seen them?
I have.
Yeah?
I have.
I don't get it. I mean, obviously people like them, and so if you do, you do, but I don't get it.
Can we get this sunk into retirement now?
I saw him in Phoenix.
I guess they're just like the baseball version of the Harlem Globetrotters.
It's exactly what they are. Welcome to 2026, Mr. Ryan.
Well, dude, I could probably live my entire life, the rest of it, without seeing the Savannah Bananas live.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
You're right. I'll never see him again, but I have seen him.
Well, good for you. So you did it, huh? You got the T-shirt?
I do have a T-shirt.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But congrats to George Strait.
Yes!
90,000 people, so I'm saying.
In Clemson, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest audience outside of Texas. Very good.
Glad you preference outside of Texas.
Outside of Texas.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
It is a big basketball day here in San Antonio. Hey, you want to give away some tickets to go see the Missions play ball tomorrow night?
I mean, since you're so anti-baseball.
Well, I'm not anti-baseball.
Oh, you're anti-banana ball.
Just banana ball. And I'm not anti that.
It sounds like you are.
No, it's just that I'll choose that I won't go to that.
You got grandkids. You'll go.
No, I won't.
You will.
Dude, I saw the Harlem Globetrotters live once, and that was cool. I enjoyed it, but I haven't been back and probably wouldn't.
I think you're going to take those because I saw the grandkids were at the house yesterday.
Two of them were.
Up,
two of them were
having a good old time,
having a good
hanging
time
out.
Yeah.
Your wife's out of town. You had the house to yourself and invited the grandkids over because you want to take them to go see the Bananas.
No, I really don't.
You will. You will.
No, this is a bet I'll win because I promise you I will not. That's the parents'
All these
job.
people trying to call in and win tickets. We're not even giving away.
We're not
right
giving
now.
away yet.
No, it's called a tease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let's give them away right now.
That's what I'm thinking.
Caller number 9. You can go see the Missions take on Wichita on May 12th, so a week from Tuesday.
It's a family 4-pack of tickets, by the way. Not just any old tickets. And it's $2 Tuesdays, right? Brought to you by us here at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. So there you go. Caller number what?
I just said it.
Oh, you did?
Well, you're not paying attention?
I was not, and I typically don't.
I know.
When you talk,
Trust me,
I'm just saying.
You don't when anybody talks but you. And even you don't pay attention to your own damn self.
Sometimes I do, but
No,
you
really don't.
Sometimes not.
Uh-huh.
What caller did you say?
Still caller number 9.
Caller number 9.
Yeah.
Well, they obviously got it, so that's a good thing. Big day here in San Antonio. I hope everybody's got their car flags on and their horns honking well and all of that kind of stuff. It's going to be a fun night.
Horns honking well?
Yes, inside the Frostbank Center tonight. Spurs taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. We got a lot to talk about, and we'll do that. We continue here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Play ball! Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this. But I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be protested, and they can be reduced. But instead of filing protests yourself and very possibly losing your appeal, Ownwell does it all for you. And we give you the best chance to win and save big. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of Texans and put money back in their pocket, and you can be one of them. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 25%, and that's only if you save.
Now I don't worry about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Missions fans, celebrate Tuesdays for the Cultura at Wolf Stadium with AARP $2 Tuesdays. Presented by San Antonio Sports Star. $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more every Tuesday home game. Get your tickets at samissions.com.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We've got a poll Of course we do. Go to our sasportstar.com page. You can get on YouTube from there. And with Ant expected to play tonight, we got that news right as we came on the air this afternoon. Does that change your outlook for this series involving the Timberwolves and the San Antonio Spurs? No, 61%. Yes, 39%.
It really does surprise me in some ways because the big news, obviously, Anthony Edwards might play. That is shocking. I mean, on the injury report yesterday, he was questionable. 9 days ago, he hyperextended his knee. Over the weekend, I saw Chris Finch say he was still week to week. The idea that he's in San Antonio, not a surprise. Went through a little bit of workout this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Not a surprise. To me, the surprise is he's going to play. I like barring some sort of setback between now and game time at 8:30. Anthony Edwards is expected to be ready to go tonight for Game 1. That is the current news as of 2 o'clock-ish this afternoon when Chums put that out. Even when I saw the video that he was at shoot-around, I still did not think that dude had a chance in hell of playing basketball tonight.
Absolutely not. I was thinking maybe he waits until the series shifts back to Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Game 3 he might try to give it a go. But who knew that he would play tonight? And everybody said that this guy heals quickly. And I'm going to tell you, this was 9 days ago that he suffered this injury, and it looked pretty damn bad. But obviously, the rumors are true. This dude heals very quickly.
Wolverine is his nickname. And, like Devin Vassell said earlier, prepare as if he's going to play. And if he's not there, cool. And if he is there, you're ready to go. And if that truly is how Mitch Johnson has prepared his team for Game 1, congrats. Because Coach Minix would have been like, all right, we don't have to worry about this dude till Game 3. Right? But, man, I wonder now, knowing that he is expected to play, if you're going to be one of the many that are tasked with defending him, or if you're Mitch Johnson, do you attack him repeatedly just to see how good his knee is, how quick he is responding? Again, I'm looking at a hyperextended knee. I'm making that dude run all over the place. I am side to side, all of it, right? If I'm Mitch Johnson, how much of the game plan do you take that you had going into tonight and tweak it just to make him work his ass off on the defensive end? Just to test it, just to see where it is. I mean, you're playing with fire because it's Anthony Edwards. Dude's going to score a ton of points. That's what he does. Defensively, I don't know how much different you do. You let him get his and don't let somebody else have one of those crazy nights.
I just don't know who would do that. Steph Castle? Would he do it? Is it De'Aaron Fox? Is it a combination of the two? Maybe a Dylan Harper off the bench? I don't know who's going to do that and make him work his butt off, because the problem the Spurs have with that strategy, in my opinion, is they've got a lot of other guys there that are going to help Anthony out. So I'm not sure that they're going to allow him to do that. I hear where you're coming from, though, and it probably is a good idea. I'm just not sure. This team is got more players and good defensive players than the Portland Trailblazers had.
Yes.
And so I just think that they will try and help him out on the defensive side of the ball as much as humanly possible. Guy that's going to have his hands full, obviously, is Rudy Gobert, because he's got to guard the big fella, Wemby.
And again, Wemby obviously is going to have to be really good. De'Aaron Fox, who was really good in the last two games against Portland, has to continue there. This is such a step up in competition. And it was going to be whether or not Ant played tonight or not.
Right.
With Ant out there, this is a new level of playoff basketball. And the Spurs haven't played in a week since they finished off Portland. And we knew they were going to spend a lot of that week self-scouting.
I mean, I think it gives us time. Obviously, we had goals.
of what we wanted to hold them to as far as, second chance points, transition, points in the paint. We reflected on that. Obviously, we took a day or two to think about, what we just did. And at that time, we didn't know who we were playing against. So, reflected on that. We worried about, our base and what we do. And then when we found out who we play against, we set those goals. We come in, talk about them, obviously have a few days to prepare for them. And, here we are now. We had kind of like, NFL. We had a defensive day, an offensive day, install some things, and I think we're prepared.
I think they're prepared. I think it's going to be good. But check this out. StatMuse just sent out a tweet. Anthony Edwards against the Spurs this year, 37 points a game, 5 3-point buckets made, 58% from the field, and 52% from three-point land.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty damn good. So he makes a difference. The question is going to be, is he 100%? And will he be Anthony Edwards? Or is that knee going to bother him? Will he be on a minutes restriction? All of that kind of stuff is going to be interesting to watch. But he obviously is a difference maker and will be in this series.
His presence will certainly make a difference. And again, not expected tonight in Game 1. So the fact that he is more than likely going to be out there, barring some sort of pregame setback, according to Shams. But if you're the Spurs, you played really, really good defense against Portland. You have to have that same mindset, according to DeJean Fox, against the Timberwolves.
Yeah. They change a little bit. Some of it's the same, but we have those goals. We have a number that we want to keep them to or keep them under. And they told us what their record was when they're under that and when they're over that. So we have those goals that we want to really focus on going into the series.
The Spurs are going to be prepared. I think, we argued or debated, I guess, on the time off. Is it too much? Will they be rusty coming into tonight? Or a step slow to start the game? I'm not sure. I like the way DeJean Fox put that, though, where they had very similar to the NFL. They had a defensive day, an offensive day, and all of that. And I'm sure Mitch Johnson worked them hard when the cameras weren't around. That they were scrimmaged and got up and down to stay as fresh as they possibly can. But there's just so much to watch tonight in this Game 1 and see how this thing goes we'll see. All the answers to all the questions we have will be answered soon.
Well, and again, you look at some of the comments right now on our YouTube. Fred, I think they're pushing him. I would rest him if I was Minnesota. Sure.
Is that wishful thinking, Fred?
It should have gone to Arasti. Maybe he did go to Arasti.
Maybe he did.
It's certainly a possibility. And we had a Blazer fan that chimed in during the first series, and now we've got Wolfman Crack with the Timberwolves logo chiming in here as we get ready for round 2, who is claiming that they're going to take the first 2 games here in San Antonio. It's the beauty of the playoffs. I hope that Wolfman Crack is real.
Well, I hope he's real, too. And he's what's the other dude, the Blazer man? He didn't do too well in the first round.
No, he didn't, and he's been on a milk carton since that series.
Talking a lot of trash.
He's in Galveston with the rest of the Blazers.
Well, maybe he changed his name to Wolfman Crack.
You think?
I have no idea.
It's a possibility.
Wolfman.
It's a possibility.
That's.
But my level of excitement for tonight's Game 1 has gone up quite a bit. Just the idea of, all right, it's the second round of the playoffs. We've waited a week. They've got the T-shirts out. The arena looks great. If you're going, wear the damn shirt. But if you would have given me a bet with crazy odds that Anthony Edwards would be available for Game 1, I wouldn't have taken it.
No.
I no matter how much money I could have made, I wouldn't have taken it. If you would have given me 10-1, I wouldn't have taken it. It just, I am stunned that we are at this point, 9 days after he hyperextended his knee, that as we sit here right now at 3:34 in the afternoon, he is expected to play in tonight's game.
It's incredible. Again, the way this guy heals, and that's his reputation. So it's going to be interesting to see. The line has dropped a lot. The series price, I just saw, Jason, has dropped tremendously. Spurs were a 2,000 plus 2,000 favorite, and now it's pretty close to even. So take that as you want to, and go to town if you so choose to do something like that. We're going to talk a lot of Spurs basketball throughout the afternoon as we keep you updated on what's happening with Anthony Edwards and the San Antonio Spurs. But Cowboys just wrapped up a rookie minicamp, and their head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, was talking about it afterwards. We're going to hear from Shotty when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, boy, we had a lot of rain, did we not? And I think when I looked at my little weather app here, there's more rain in the forecast coming up this week. So, look, if the rain did anything to your roof, if you've noticed a leak, if you walk outside and you notice something that just doesn't look right, you want to call the best in the business. That is Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Tell them you want a crew out to your house to inspect your roof. They'll send one out. They'll do it for free. They'll let you know if there's anything that needs to be taken care of or buttoned up before we get this next storm. You don't want to go into that. If you think something's wrong already, going to this next storm, who knows what's going to happen. Give Stevens Roofing and Solar a call. Again, that phone number is 210-785-0994. They are the best. Look, they've been in business since 1983. Should tell you everything you need to know. They are the company you need to call. Don't mess with anybody else. Stevens Roofing and Solar. 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 1 of Spurs Timberwolves is in the book. We got 2 more series kicking off. How's the NBA looking as we get into this phase? Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for Window Nation. You know, May's weather is pretty nice, but those hot summer days are going to be here soon. Don't wait until the heat hits to try to avoid high energy bills. Upgrade your home's windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows with new energy-efficient ones and getting half of them for free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
The next 30 seconds could save you hundreds on your car insurance. At The Hartford, we're passionate about your protection. If you're 50 or over, AARP Auto Insurance from The Hartford gives you benefits that really matter. And you could save $597 when you switch. How's that for a little peace of mind? Visit TrustHartford.com today. The Hartford, your protection is our passion. The Hartford Insurance Group, Inc. pays royalty fees to AARP for the use of its intellectual property. AARP and its affiliates are not insurers. Savings vary.
The Morning Huddle.
There was a push for there to be like some sort of dye put in the pool where if you peed, it like turned the water around.
We had a sign that if we had it, like if you pee, it'll turn blue. We had a sign that said if you pee, it'll turn blue, and it had a guy standing in like a was a picture of a guy standing in a pool and everything around him was dark blue.
Do you think they ever actually used it at the pool you went to, or just the thread?
No,
of it?
this was our pool. And
okay.
we didn't use it. No, but
no, it
we
was
had
just
the
the
sign.
thread of it.
We
yeah.
bought it one time, but I pee in the pool too. My pool.
I pay for those chemicals.
My pool.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know what I'm surprised about, Jason, is the fact that
Rob pees in his pool?
Well, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's May 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, Pledge doesn't look anything like Star Wars today. I figured he'd be all decked out like Obi-Wan Kenobi or something.
No, that's later.
Oh, it's later? Is it tonight? Is a big party or what?
Well, he's
Big party.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
He goes as Yoda.
Yoda? I can see the resemblance there. Sure. A little taller than Yoda. Is Yoda what's the little robot?
R2-D2?
That guy, yeah. Well, may the 4th be with you. For everybody that celebrates that.
Who is playing the part of Princess Leia at your party tonight there, Pledge?
Well, I'm hoping one of the RuPub waitresses.
You're hoping one of the RuPub waitresses are dressed as Princess Leia.
Mm-hmm.
Any particular one, Pledge? I'm just
Not
asking.
really.
All right.
Pledge isn't picky.
He's not. Well,
anyone that says yes.
You don't really have to be there.
And really, he doesn't even care if she's dressing for the part, because he'll say something, she'll say whatever, smile, and he'll think they're having a conversation.
Hey, that's all right. You gotta be confident.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be.
Strippers like me too.
Exactly. Dude, I used to think so.
Oh God.
I did. I fell for that banana in the tailpipe a lot. Holy cow. I'm not falling for that banana in the tailpipe. Dude.
You were in love.
Well, I was.
Thought you were going to get married.
Well, I didn't know
get
about
lucky.
that. I didn't.
Thought
really
you were going to get lucky.
Didn't want to get married. But yeah, the luck part, yeah, that didn't happen.
Helping her way through med school.
Yeah.
How many times did you get the Frostbank time and temperature phone number thinking it was real?
I don't know that I ever got a phone number.
Oh, please.
No, I'm talking about being in there and running up a credit card thinking I'm...
And you never got a phone number from a stripper thinking it was real, only to call it later and find out that it was 3:42 in the afternoon?
No, see, when you walk out of there and you realize you've been played, it's kind of humiliating.
But it happened to you often.
Well, no, not often. But I was young and stupid then.
Yeah, well, now you're old and stupid.
Well,
there's not much difference.
But I don't go to strip clubs anymore, so I don't know how that works.
Well, it's different today than it used to be. I can tell you that.
It's
different in Atlanta than
Magic City.
Magic City.
But the wings were good. Huh?
The wings were fantastic.
Yeah. Get a lot of 9-digit phone numbers.
I didn't get any phone numbers.
He had his wife with him.
I was talking to you.
Oh, me. 9-digit phone numbers. No, not from strippers. They might have been from somebody else, but yeah. Yeah, I used to think
in the strip club, they were still strippers.
Back in the day, I used to think the Hooters waitresses liked me too. I mean, it was. You fall for that stuff.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah.
He calls everybody darling.
Now it's
they
a
smile.
Pub. I mean, it's like, who
and
knows?
Veronica, she likes me.
Oh my goodness. Cowboys had a nice weekend. Looks like, I guess. I have no idea.
Are we talking football now or strippers?
I'm trying to get out of that.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page
I'm
here.
trying to get out of it. I don't know.
That hooker just lifts me every day.
I mean, you didn't say reverse or anything in there, so I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page.
Some of those rookies might have wanted to check out the establishments there in Dallas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
In due time.
Yeah.
In due time. And they will find a lot of strippers like them, too, because they're, rich.
Sure.
And Shoddy says they all need to be in shape, which was a little surprising. to hear Brian Schottenheimer talk about all these rookies coming in out of shape. Like, he is so old school. You know, I'm sure that's in one of the handbooks from his dad. Rookies always seem mad at them. They're always out of shape. So now when they go away, you've yelled at them and they're not in shape, and then they'll come back in shape. I mean, it's just as old school as can get. Because these guys have been working out. I mean, I don't know. Out of shape, it's May. They're fine.
Well, he said there would be a lot of puking going on the field there because I guess as hard as they were working them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if we saw any of that or not.
Well, we didn't. Some of those players probably will.
I'm sure.
And you do hear that from some of these guys that come in and they think they know how to work out, and then they want to work out with an NFL guy, and they lose their lunch. Who was the one guy?
Aaron Donald.
A Make-A-Wish kid wanted to work out with Aaron Donald, and he wished that he made a different selection.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was losing his lunch. You would expect that from an average person. NFL guys, you go from there. The one thing that Schottenheimer said, it is May 4th, right?
It is.
Now, He said this on Saturday. He said this on Saturday. Cowboys, Super Bowl, in the same sentence.
Yeah, I think I've never shied away from it. That's the goal. Never will. I think I'm more comfortable talking about it now because I do feel like this team is built to where, I feel even better going into year two. Thrilled about the defensive changes that we've made. I'm quite honestly elated about how the draft went. But I started that with the veterans as well. Super Bowl 61, February 14th, 2027. And that's where we plan on being. And that's a tall task, and we have to clean up a number of things that we need to improve on from last year, and that starts with protecting the football and taking it away and things like that nature. But it was proven this year by both Seattle and New England that if you didn't qualify for the playoffs, the previous year, it doesn't mean you can't get to the big game.
Now, Shotty's already brainwashed, so that's good.
What do you mean
I mean, he's
already
like
brainwashed?
every other Cowboy fan.
Hey, here we go.
This is our year. This is the one. We can do it. You saw what New England and Seattle did. Look at that. We're next. It's our year.
It's May.
I know.
I mean,
Shotty's fitting right in.
You're allowed to do that. You heard him say we sucked so bad last year. We got rid of that Eberflus guy. We're good now. We can actually go to the Super Bowl. We can.
Yeah.
The level of excitement around this Cowboys team, though, and don't give me crap as I say this, and I know it's coming, not just from Joe, but from a bunch of you listening.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. Cowboy fans are in a different level of anticipation for this season than we have seen in a long time. And honestly, I might say non-Cowboy fans, Joe Reinagle, James Pledger. The way the Cowboys have handled business this year, it's different. The hiring of Christian Parker, we don't know anything about this guy. So unlike, hiring Eberflus, where we all thought he sucked and then he proved to suck, there was no excitement in that hire.
No.
Christian Parker, the idea that things are going to be different, the way they've handled business, and then they get a Caleb Downs. And then we find out last night on a show that I didn't even know was coming out. And thank God for the internet because I haven't watched it yet. But that documentary that ESPN put out about the picks, there's 2 clips. What it really shows me is how much the Cowboys wanted Caleb Downs and what they were willing to do to get it. The first was trying to move up with the Browns. That one did not work out.
Saints, and then the Browns will select next.
Maybe Dallas is asking if any interest in what.
Yeah, Will text me too. I told him it's on Tuesday and it depends on the price.
The Cleveland brass beach.
They will come up to noon.
They say, what about? They're 24. So 9 and 24 for 12 and 20. Asking just to cogitate on it.
They want to do 9 and 24 for 12 and 20, which is light on all dimensions.
Oh, there it is.
New Orleans has submitted its pick. Cleveland is on the clock.
Tyson. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. You get a tackle.
New Orleans Saints select Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State.
They're on the clock. They're on the clock. I offered. They're 9-24 for 12 and 20. And say, what else would you want?
Match calling.
Yeah. Is this Andrew?
Yeah.
Hey, hey, this is Steven. Are y'all going to pick away here?
We are. We wouldn't do the swap with the first round.
Okay, if we threw in a 5, would that change it?
No, that wouldn't really be for us.
Doesn't move the needle. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, though.
All right.
All right. That's a lot.
I keep hearing Cleveland wants an offensive lineman, and they're worried New York's going to take it. They don't want to get behind the Giants.
That's right. All right. Hey, Ayers, this is your orange dot, buddy. What's it like about Spencer Pop?
We're getting the best tackle in this entire draft. This kid's rare combination.
So what I hear from that, one, Stephen was very informed with what people were wanting. And Cleveland staying and wanting an offensive lineman, they did. And he anticipated the Giants wanted an offensive lineman, they did. Not Caleb Downs, right? And so give that Cowboys front office credit, Stephen credit, for having a pulse of what the other teams are going to do and what they were willing to pay. But they were willing to overpay for Caleb Downs.
Well, I think they thought the Giants were going to take Downs.
Although watching some of these clips, Stephen kind of thought that the Giants were going to go offensive line, but they were willing to make another move with Miami to go get Caleb Downs.
No, we do 177, 180 if it's 2 5s. Okay, we got it. Trade in. Hold on, guys. Please be quiet.
Out of the room.
Hello, it's Ken. Hey, this is Steven. Hey, Steven. We're giving them our pick, number 12, and we're giving them 177, 180. Miami. Okay, yep. Are we good? Yes. Turn it in. You have a deal. Okay.
Well, it doesn't. We're on the clock.
We're on the clock.
Plenty of time.
They're turning it in. We got 10 seconds, 2 seconds.
Then it's us on the clock.
Last call's
then it's us on the clock.
Better hurry up and get it in.
Dallas has submitted its pick. Miami is on the clock.
Caleb Downs.
Very cool seeing some of the behind the scenes. I haven't watched the whole documentary.
No,
to
I
be
love
honest.
seeing that stuff.
But the clips are pretty incredible. One, how does it work, right? Most of us don't know. But you're there. They've got their point chart. They're going there. But it tells you how much they wanted Caleb Downs, what they were willing to do to get it. But also, I think Stephen Jones had a pretty good idea of what people were going to do and where, and that's when the phone calls started going, and even, the move with Cleveland. They know they didn't need to, even throwing in a fifth. They weren't going to overpay for it, but confident that they were going to go offensive line there. And it wasn't just what the Cowboys were doing, and I think a lot of us watched the draft from our team's perspective, where this really showed some insight. And again, I've only seen the clips of Stephen and even some of what the other teams are doing, not what they're doing, but what everybody else is doing and how it's going to affect them. From what I've seen, very well done and interesting. I can't wait at some point when there's not a Spurs playoff game where I can go back and watch this thing and truly digest it.
Well, it is fascinating, but there had to be a reason they wanted to jump the Giants, and that's what they wanted to do with Cleveland. I know Giants fans were pissed off that they didn't take Caleb Downs.
They were. It wasn't the Giants that they were worried about. It was somebody else making a trade up and getting Caleb Downs. It wasn't the Giants, with some of the other clips and seeing it. And you're right, because we all thought the Giants were going to do that. Steven seemed pretty confident that they weren't going to take him. It was the fear that somebody else was going to jump up and snag Caleb Downs right from underneath him.
Well, and because that's happened to them before. But obviously Cleveland wasn't going to trade with anybody unless it was a big deal. They had their offensive lineman, and they wanted that guy. So I don't know. It's fascinating to hear that stuff going on behind the scenes. It really is. But the Cowboys did, once the Giants didn't pick Downs and they went with their offensive lineman, then obviously the Cowboys didn't want to take any chances of somebody else trading with Miami and snagging Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
But they did well in the draft, at least on paper. At least I'm pretty confident saying that about Caleb Downs. Everybody else, we have to wait and see. But Caleb Downs, I feel pretty good about.
Number 1 jersey.
That's incredible, is it not?
Not Fernando Mendoza.
No.
Caleb Downs. And Malachi Lawrence, the number 3 jersey.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
How about that? Interesting. All the Cowboy fans out getting their new jerseys. Wonder how many went out and got Mozzie Smith jerseys when they drafted him.
Oh, not many.
I think they might have.
Not many.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Sure. Or Schoonmaker.
Oh, nobody got that. Except Mrs. Schoonmaker.
Schoonmaker.
Not a first-round guy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But that stuff is interesting. By the way, the other piece of news when it comes to the Cowboys is George Pickens, apparently, as it's being reported here, he and Mulligetta actually went out and tried to see what kind of deals could be made, if any, before he signed his franchise tag. Must not have been very many people interested, or certainly not willing to pay the price it would have taken.
Sometimes, and if you're in real estate, you get this. You go do your comps, and then you realize, all right, well, now's not the time. Let's just go to work.
Mm-hmm.
Go to work.
That's pretty much the thing. So he signs the tag, and here we are at this point in time. He's not happy about it, but Cowboys certainly are. That's for sure. We got a lot to do, including a lot more Spurs talk because, it is game day, and I'm so happy. It was a long weekend not having any Spurs basketball on. It kind of gave me flashbacks to last year and the year before that. And the year before that.
And the year before
and
that.
the year before that.
And the year before that.
So we're going to talk Spurs basketball. We got a lot to do. In the next segment, we got a couple hours to go here. Lots to talk about. Stay with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that? Call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds. 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7, offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000. Use code MULTIPLY to borrow up to $10,000.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a super fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and data for just $34.99 a month. But wait, there's more. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be switching to an American wireless company that's committed to keeping 100% of its customer service in this country. I appreciate that. In fact, that's why I switched. I also appreciate the way they support our vets and our skilled workforce. Dial pound 250, say micro, and get unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. That's pound 250 micro. Stop paying twice what you need to pay for the service you want and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs hit the court tonight. It is the second round of the NBA playoffs. It will take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. The news of the day, Anthony Edwards listed as questionable still, but he is expected to play tonight. Tip-off for tonight's game set for 8:30 will be televised on NBC Sports Network and on Peacock. There's more basketball tonight. The 76ers start a series with the Knicks. Tip-off at 7.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a game day Monday, finally, it's been a long time since we've been able to watch Spurs basketball, almost a week. Tonight, they're back at it, taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, round 2, game 1. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and I'm excited. Can you tell?
The excitement in your voice is overwhelming.
I'm excited about this series. I'm excited about tonight's game. Now that Anthony Edwards expected to play, adds to that excitement, and I can't wait.
I'm with you. I was ready for game 1 tonight. I did not expect at all to be talking about Anthony Edwards playing tonight, at all. And the fact that the reports are, as about 2 hours ago, Shams tweeted out, Ant is expected to play tonight, barring some sort of pregame setback. So now the question really becomes, because we got a game 1 shocker, shocking news. Anthony Edwards is likely to play. How does that change things for the San Antonio Spurs? Quite frankly, how does that change things for the Minnesota Timberwolves? And what would his role be tonight if he is actually able to go? Is he going to start? Will he come off the bench? Will he be on a big-time minutes restriction? That really becomes some of the intriguing storylines going into tonight's game if Ant is able to play.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I have a feeling if he's going to play, he's going to start. I just think after warming up, if that knee is still bothering him at all, they don't want to sit down and let him get cold. I think he starts. And again, minutes restriction, I think, yeah, that's I would think probable. He hasn't played in 9 days, which is not a long time for these NBA athletes, but still a lot to watch tonight. How did the Spurs adjust to him? He's had a lot of he's had some good games against San Antonio this year. And so he adds an intangible that the Spurs and Spurs fans, quite frankly, weren't thinking about until, well, about 2 o'clock today.
Now, Carter Bryant is probably out, right?
Well, he's questionable.
That foot injury.
Yeah, he's questionable.
When you think about the news coming out when it did, it won't be a surprise to anybody on that Spurs roster or staff if he's playing. So part of me is a little surprised that Minnesota would let that out. That would have been a great game time surprise. But if you're Mitch Johnson, and I'll just go with what Devin Vassell is quoted in a Tom Warsborn Express News article, we're preparing as if he'll play. We have matchups, and if he doesn't play, we're still consistent in what we're doing. Obviously, it's a big change if he does play. If he doesn't, we're ready, right? Don't you kind of figure that had to be the approach anyway?
Sure.
Let's game plan for him being there, and if he's not, whoever's replacing him isn't going to be near as good, but same game plan going in.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not like, me thinking, all right, well, based on everything I read over the weekend, I didn't think we'd see him until this series shifted back to Minnesota.
At the earliest.
Game 2, maybe. But I am not at all surprised that he's with the team in San Antonio by any stretch. But I am stunned that we might actually see that dude on the floor tonight.
Yeah, it's incredible. I saw where DiVincenzo is here, too. He got out of the bus on his crutches, just here for support. He's not going to be available for a long, long time.
Well, Tom Dundon's not their owner. They're going to travel everybody.
Yeah, they're going to have everybody. I love this. There's a quote here. It may give you a little insight in Anthony Edwards. It was after Game 2 of that first series, and he says, fight through it. It's the playoffs. I'll go out that female dog on one leg if I have to. I don't give an F.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to go play. And, it is the playoffs. He is absolutely right about that.
Well, and his nickname is the Wolverine.
Yep.
He is known as a quick healer. Even this is still surprising, right?
Absolutely.
So as a Spur fan, does that change your outlook, not only for tonight's Game 1, but for this series? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, get there through sasportstar.com. You can vote in our poll that the question's easy. With Ant expected to play, does that change your outlook for the series? 67% say no.
Huh. Interesting.
Now,
I don't know how you voted in that thing. Or have you?
I have.
Now, so your opinion changed. You said 5, now you're thinking 6?
Well, that's it. Although I still think the Spurs win the series.
I do too.
So do I read the poll question the way it's written? Does that mean 33% had the Spurs and now they've got the Timberwolves?
I don't think so. I think it's what you thought, exactly what you just did.
Yeah.
You thinking it's 5 games? No, the Spurs won in 6. I said 6 on Friday, and I'm still going with that. Spurs winning in 6. And so to me, it didn't change my opinion on what I think the Spurs are going to do. I was giving the Minnesota Timberwolves a little respect that they would win a couple of games in this series. But and I still think that they will. But with Ant being back, that could change some things. I mean, who knows? We could have a battle here. Could we have a 7-game series with the Minnesota Timberwolves?
As much as I love a Game 7, I hope not. But I do want a great series. If he didn't play and the Spurs win and people, you had knees, who gives a damn? If he does play and you win the series, let's go. We know that Portland was a great appetizer into what playoff basketball is like.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota has been to the Western Conference Finals the last 2 years. They should be heavy favorites in this series. They should be the team that everybody is talking about that is going to take the next step. 2 years ago, Western Conference Finals. Last year, Western Conference Finals. Would this be the year for Minnesota? Yet this is a Timberwolves team that has kind of lurked in the shadows for most of the regular season. Nobody has really talked about them being that team that is going to take the next step. Nobody on the national level has talked about Minnesota as being a legit title contender.
No, you're right, and I'm kind of surprised. That includes me. I haven't thought about Minnesota as that. And then you watch them against Denver and see what they did there. And they've been to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. I mean, this team, there's something about the playoffs that they step up. No matter what they do in the regular season, they step up and they play well. Look, they're going to play well. The question is, and I believe the answer to it is, yes, the Spurs are a better team overall, and that's what will get them through. But this is going to be a difficult series. This is not going to be a sweep, ladies and gentlemen.
So you don't think Spurs in 3, like my buddy just texted me?
No, this is not going to be a sweep. If it's 5 games, I'll be surprised. But I think the Spurs win this thing in a very hard-fought series in 6 games.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. The news that Ant is likely back and ready for tonight's Game 1. Surprising news today. How does that affect your thoughts on this series? Hey, Raymond, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man? Raymond?
Hey, am I on?
Yep. You're on.
Yeah. What's up, boys? First of all, yeah, dude, I think the Wolves are crazy for playing him, man. Like, off that injury, I just could see him absolutely blowing that thing out, like, either, the first or second game. Like, he's commend for him playing it, but man, like it's gonna be nasty on TV when it happens. And then Joe, I'll bet you we got to come up with a bet, man. Like I think the Spurs sweep them, dude. And I am being biased, but like I can't see how they beat us, man. Barring injury, of course. Like I just don't, man. Like we're not like they got to have a tough series, but they're about to play a younger, more athletic team that can run all night for all 7 games, dude. I mean, the Spurs guard defense.
Wait. You just said sweep, so why'd you say all 7 games?
No, I'm saying we're young enough to do that if we had to. You know what I mean? Which I don't. Right. It's not going to go to that. But I mean, we are just so much. I see a sweep in them, man. I really do, and that's.
Well, I appreciate your fandom, Raymond, because that's where you're talking. You're talking with your heart here and not your head. And that's exactly right. This is not going to be a sweep.
So you're going to take candy from a baby then?
Yeah, if you whatever you want, my friend. I mean, I'm obviously I have a reputation of losing bets, so maybe.
But this one I feel like Ryan Eagle can actually win, man. So
I might be able to win this one. I feel pretty good about it.
I got one last question for you. All right, so do you think healthy? You think Minnesota would have beat Portland?
Yes, I do. I think Minnesota's a better team than Portland. Look, dude, they got Naz Reid. Naz Reid is a guy the Spurs coveted. They wanted him. They wanted him badly. He's a good player. Julius Randle, he's a good player. Obviously, you've got Rudy Gobert. Say what you want, but he took Joker to task in that first series. And then you've got Anthony Edwards along with their young guns. This is a much better team than the Portland Trailblazers. I'm telling you.
They are. And again, I think because Anthony Edwards did load manage quite a bit this season, and they weren't one of the top seeds, they're off the radar. But this is one of those teams lurking, get ready for the playoffs, and let's go. They're good. And again, you think about Anthony Edwards' desire to get on the court tonight. According to Shams, multiple treatments over the last several days, hyperbaric chamber sessions to expedite his timetable. He will go through pregame warm-ups with the plan to play. Any unforeseen issues, they're not there.
I love you, Raymond, though. I love you, man. And I'm glad that, look, Spurs fans are confident and should be. But again, you got to be realistic in some of these things. And I get going with your heart. I understand it. But this is the NBA playoffs.
Well,
I mean, these teams are in the playoffs in the second round for a reason.
Raymond, we'll be at the Rue Pub on Friday. Getting ready for Game 3.
So if it's that won't tell him anything.
Well, if it's 1-1, he'll have to buy beer.
He'll have to buy a beer. And if something happens tonight, I mean, he could go out to Novo on Wednesday.
He could.
He could buy me a beer there.
And nothing's going to happen tonight. Bite your tongue. Stop.
I'm just looking forward to it, man. I am looking forward to it. Hey, if you want to chime in, you can, like Raymond did, you can certainly do that. 210-656-3776. You can go to YouTube and chime in there. You can get Jason at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210. We'll talk a little more Spurs basketball in tonight's big game when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to brag a little bit, though, about my Kinetico quality water softener. I absolutely love this thing, and I don't know what I did without it, to be totally honest with you. It is just the best water softener in the world. That's why it's the most popular water softener on the market. Kinetico's been serving this area here in San Antonio and South Texas, and the Hill Country, for that matter, for over 50 years. It is a great product, and it works as advertised. Everything is better, including you getting out of the shower. You're going to feel so much better. The clothes you put on out of the washing machine are going to feel great. The dishes come out great. And you know you're protecting all of those appliances from the hard water that we have here in San Antonio. Look, if you're going to buy a water softener, you might as well buy the best. And now the fine folks at Kinetico, well, they sweeten the pot quite a bit, in fact. You're going to get a free reverse osmosis drinking station that they will install right there at your kitchen sink. And that basically means you've got bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. You don't have to drag in the bottled water from the grocery store or deal with all the plastic bottles that are all over the place. All you have to do is turn on the tap and fill up a glass. It's like bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. Plus, they've still got that 0% interest deal going for 12 months. Free money for 12 months. There is no excuse. If you've been thinking about it, do it. Give Kinetico a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at KineticoSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Kinetico.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. I'm U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. The sound of a seatbelt. It's one of the most important sounds in our car. It means everyone is ready and everyone is safe. The more our kids see us put on our seatbelts, the more natural it is for them to put theirs on too. Make it a priority. Buckle up every time. Hear the sound? Make it a habit.
Paid for by NHTSA.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roof Hub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roof Hub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roof Hub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 1 of Spurs Timberwolves is in the book. We got 2 more series kicking off. How's the NBA looking as we get into this phase? Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.
You know, I saw a lot of people down at the pep rally yesterday for the Spurs. Everybody's showing a little Spurs spirit and a lot of folks out there. That's just what this town does, though, man. And I know everybody's fired up about the start of this series.
Dude, I was in Atlanta over the weekend, and my wife has stolen my Spurs Game 1 playoff T-shirt. I'm sure somebody asked us about the Spurs and about the Jackals.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Just a random fan at a bar.
About the Jackals.
Asked about the Jackal fan club. And they were like, we need that in Atlanta.
Yeah, well.
Some sort of version of that. And I was like, wow. I did not expect to hear anything quite like that.
Well, that is interesting. A little surprising, but they made a name for themselves.
They really have. They really are. And then you see these pep rallies. In the history of the Spurs, they do events like that, and you know there's going to be fans that show up. Baseline bumps still there, but the Jackals are at another level, but I did not realize that they were becoming a bit of a household name in other markets. Hell, there's people in San Antonio that I wonder if they know what the Jackals actually are. But of all the questions to get asked, and obviously, I mean, it was, Saturday afternoon, we're just hanging out at a bar right down near the park. I'm trying to remember what the place was called. I can't remember. But just a block, Stats Sports Bar, right down from the College Football Hall of Fame. And a random, man, those Jackals look like fun. I'd be a part of that group. Like,
what, you know what's interesting? You mentioned the baseline bumps. When they first came out, were a thing. I mean, they were exciting, and people were excited about them. But the Jackals are this generation of that, and obviously do it up a lot. You know, a lot of excitement, a lot of they're into the game. They're there and making noise, and I think it's great. I think it's great.
Just all of it. This dude, a diehard Atlanta Hawk fan, who is madder than hell at his basketball team. Because I thought, you're downtown Atlanta. It's probably going to be some tourists, but he's from Atlanta. Could tell you more about him, but you don't care, and neither did I.
No, not really.
Like, dude, I'm just at a bar trying to get a beer and grab something to eat before I go about my day. But keep talking. But it was one of those, of all the things. You're from San Antonio, cool Spurs. I expected something about Wemby or whatever, not the Jackals.
How about that? Well, good. Well, props to the Jackals then.
Yep.
Good for you. You're well known in Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, at least one dude.
At least one dude. But if there's one dude, then there's more than that.
But I was impressed with, wow, all right.
Get back to the Spurs in a minute, but I feel like we have to clear this poor woman's
How much
name.
did you talk about this on Friday?
Well, not a lot, but some, because it was starting to come out that this guy's a real jackass. The J.P. Morgan employee who accused his boss of forcing him to become a sex slave.
Yeah. Remember we were all applying?
Yeah. Well, I still haven't got a call.
Not surprising.
The New York Post is reporting that this dude actually claimed his dad died so he could collect 3 months of paid leave. The New York Post got a hold of his father, and guess what? He's very much alive.
So this guy, let's go all Collinsworth. So here's a guy. Who set up his boss.
Uh-huh.
She apparently is very good at her job, and everything that he alleged, none of that was true. So like when J.P. Morgan said we investigated and found nothing, they truly found nothing.
They found nothing. And apparently this guy had done it before.
And her photos everywhere, her name is everywhere, her LinkedIn requests are through the roof. And she doesn't deserve any of this.
Well, hopefully she gets a raise and maybe a promotion.
All the puns intended. For her poor family, right? But and then this guy is just such a great A-hole that he's even gone to the point that my dad died.
So he could get 3 months off. Paid.
One, where do you work where you get 3 months of?
Well, I don't know. I guess J.P. Morgan, maybe? I don't know.
I think our place, you get like 3 days.
Dude.
4 if you have to travel far.
You know what's weird?
Bereavement pay.
These maternity leave now.
Yeah.
6 months.
Not everywhere. I know my niece had 4 months and her husband had 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
I know. Eric
I
was
was
born
lucky-
on a Friday, and I was back at work on Monday.
I was lucky to get a day. Are you kidding me?
Well, you didn't want to be there.
Well, no, but I would have liked to take the time off. You go play some golf or something. You know?
That's not what you're supposed to do when you have a baby.
I'm just saying, it's crazy.
It
now.
is 2026 there, Grandpa.
Man, it is. It's nuts.
Can we get this sunk into retirement now?
Who the hell needs 6 months of leave?
Dude,
that would piss me off if I'm a boss and I got to give you 6 months paid off because then somebody else got to do your job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
6 months.
Mm-hmm. How about them Spurs?
Golly. All right,
For the guy too.
I know.
Yeah. It's not full pay though.
Well, I don't care what it is. No, I think with her, it's the first 4 months is full pay. If you decide you want the extra 2, then it's like 80%.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a pretty good deal. You're hanging out for 6 months.
Making another one.
Yeah.
Or changing
I don't
diapers. Let's talk Spurs.
Yeah.
Adriel, bail us out, man. You're on the Blitz.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I appreciate you taking my call. Hey, I just had a comments on the Spurs and then just a question for each one of you. So the Spurs, I feel, whether Edwards is back or not, I remember those games against the Portland Trailblazers, Game 2, when we blew the lead, and then there was Game 3 and 4 where they made surges back. I feel like if we allowed them, I feel like Minnesota can make better surges and come back in games, so I feel like it's going to be on Coach Johnson. Remember that game against Game 3 when Wemby realized he was 7'4" and he could play in the paint?
Yeah.
So I think once we build a big lead, it's on Coach Johnson to run clock, late in that third quarter to play old school basketball in the paint with Wemby, get Rudy in foul trouble, and so I think Coach Johnson's growing up a lot as well through these playoffs.
Are you okay, brother? They're not coming to get you, are they? Just heard that siren go by.
No, it's not. No, it's just child support. They're looking for me, but I already paid.
Yeah, all right, good.
So I'll see what y'all think about the comment on the first about Coach Johnson, and then I just wanted to ask each one of y'all, Jason and Joe, if you hyperextended your knee, are you back on the court in 9 days?
No. It'd be maybe 9 months.
No.
If I'm lucky.
All right.
But then again, neither one of us are finely tuned athletes.
Appreciate the call,
and
man.
have the
Appreciate
care
the
that
call.
he does. But you're right. I think if I hyperextended a knee, I'd be having surgery, and I'd be.
Dude, I'd be out for a long time. I'm pretty sure. That's why I don't do things that might hyperextend my knee, Minix.
Really?
Yeah, it's like going to the gym. I don't do cardio.
Uh-huh.
It's overrated. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, here we go.
Not doing that.
Stop.
I'm going to hurt myself. It is, I know. Yeah. Uh-huh. Dude, I take pride in my gut. Are you kidding me?
Worked hard on it. A lot of beer.
Yeah.
All natural wheat and barley, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's hard to perfect the dad bod.
Well, it is. And, I have. and I'm very proud of it.
I'm glad you think so.
Yes, I'm very
glad
proud
you
of it.
think so.
Yeah.
But to your point, no, if I hyperextended my knee, I would not be doing anything for 10 days. I could throw out a first pitch like Malik Willis maybe on a hyperextended knee.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Did you see this? What a horrible throw.
Mm-hmm. Dolphin fans already missing Tua.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at a Miami Marlins game throwing out the first pitch and damn near went over the net.
Dude.
It was horrible.
That was bad.
Yeah.
To the dude's question about Mitch Johnson, I don't know that I change much of what I'm doing. And I like how he said it, when the Spurs have a big lead. Watching basketball over the last several days with the Spurs resting after dispatching of Portland early.
Yeah.
But you go back to they had a 14-point lead in Game 2 with 8 minutes to go, and they blew it. They were down big in the games in Portland. They're able to rally back. You watch Detroit. There is no lead safe in the NBA in today's world because of the three-point shot. And offenses don't change much when you have a lead. But when you start missing shots, the other team's scoring transition baskets, you see a lot of big leads evaporate. But I don't know that you change anything that you're doing. Because when you start doing what this guy said, Adriel basically said, man, when you get the big lead, go into the prevent defense. And from the football analogy, we know that does nothing, right? You cannot play to not lose the game. You always have to play to win the game, and that's sticking with the game plan that helped you build that lead.
Well, to some extent it is. If you built it hitting a three-point shot and then you start missing a bunch of those, that lead can evaporate, as you mentioned. And it's like the Boston Celtics. I saw a stat today. They took 100 more three-pointers than anybody else in the playoffs. I mean, they're shooting threes like they have nothing else.
Yeah, well, they don't.
Well, apparently not. But it was a ridiculous stat like that. Look, I think what the Spurs have to do, if you do get a big lead, you might want to look for a shot inside. If it's a three-pointer at the end of the shot clock, fine. But you can't get three-point shot happy. You just can't. And because that.
But if that's what you do, that's what you do. And what we do know with the Spurs
don't have to do that.
They don't have to do that. And so when you look at a guy like a Devin Vassell, a Julian Champagnie, a Keldon Johnson, they're going to hit threes. Wemby will hit timely threes. But like we saw in Portland, when the threes aren't working, pick and roll. Pick and roll them to death. Now, obviously, Minnesota is better defensively than Portland. And Rudy Gobert might make it a little bit more challenging to pick and roll than anything Portland offered up. But Wemby is going to be the face of the NBA. This is a series where he's going to have to play like it.
He's going to have to play
and he's
like
going to have to show he is the best player from France.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's any question about that. Even now, before they played a game, he's better than Rudy Gobert.
Screw it.
Exactly. You tell him, Wemby. But he is going to make it a little tougher because he is tall and he has been a defensive player of the year. Maybe deserved, maybe not. I don't know, but just saying. I mean, he's been all of that, and I think he was pissed off. And look, whether you like it or not, he did a hell of a job on Joker.
Yep.
He made Joker's life miserable in that first series. Can he do it again to Wemby? That remains to be seen. But he's got help where Joker had nothing. Jamal Murray, he's on a milk carton. I don't know where he went, but Joker had no help. So that's kind of the way it is. I thought we had a phone call there, Jason. I was going to tell him to hang on. If you would like to call in, talk Spurs basketball, you can certainly do that. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We're talking Spurs. We're talking T-Wolves when we continue here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899, 651-5899. That is the phone number to call. And you know Quartermoon is the best company to call when you're having an emergency. But it's not just emergencies that they're great at. Great maintenance programs that ensures you're going to be good to go. And if your house is smelling a little bit off, that actually could be your air conditioner. Now, some of you, your house smells off. That is an emergency. Either way, Quartermoon has you covered with what they call the Breathe Easy package. It will help kick that funk out of your system. They're going to come and deep clean your blower motor, blower wheel, and your AC housing. Clean the coil, disinfect the inside of your AC cabinet. Then they install a UV light that will zap bacteria and other nasty stuff that is hiding in your unit. You're going to get a cleaner, fresher-smelling home and an AC system that smells the way it should. Call Quartermoon and ask them about your Breathe Easy package. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Jason, I'll tell you what, I don't know what the NBA's doing, and I wish it wasn't this way. But half of this city's, unless you go find a place, they're not going to be able to watch this game tonight. And that's a damn shame.
The streaming-only services, and I know we're being forced to get all these different options because that's where the games are. And they are paying a boatload of money to get them. I do think, though, the NBA is making a mistake by one, we're worried about San Antonio. Don't you think in Minnesota? Minnesota's Central Time too, right?
They are. Yes.
An 8:30 start on a streaming service on a Monday night. And a lot of bars don't have Peacock. Your bigger bars, places like the Rue Pub, they're going to have it, but a lot of the other ones are not. And Philadelphia, New York is on NBC tonight. Tomorrow night, the early game, Cleveland-Detroit, is going to be on Peacock, where NBC will have the Lakers in Oklahoma City. So NBC said, you know what? We get New York and we get LA, the top two markets. They're going on the network. The rest of you are screwed.
Yep.
We don't care about you.
Well, that's exactly what they're saying, basically. But, I mean, look, I don't know what folks are going to do. A lot of folks in this town are not going to have access to it.
No, they're not. And we know that. You know that. You might think you have it. But now, if you don't have Peacock, but you do have YouTube TV, it will be available on NBC Sports Network. But Spectrum apparently doesn't have that, and I believe DirecTV doesn't have that. And the other thing that kind of pisses me off about the scheduled start times, I mean, we got two games tonight. They're going to overlap. So if you are, now granted, I know in San Antonio, we're all going to focus on the Spurs. But if that Knicks Sixers game is coming down to the wire, are you going to switch?
Yes.
To go watch? Well, you will because you're a Spurs fan. But if you're a basketball fan, or if you're in a sports bar, right? I mean, take this San Antonio selfish part out, but if you're watching games in Dallas or you're at Circa Las Vegas or you're wherever, why do they have, we're down to a couple of games. Why are we having overlapping games?
Well, it is done. I mean, think about it. They're starting that game at 8 o'clock at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
8 o'clock New York time.
Yep.
Is when they're starting that game. And it just, I understand the TV. You could start that thing at 6 o'clock Central Time, and it'd be done. And then you got the Spurs coming on right after that. So I don't know what the NBA's thinking, and I'm guessing it is TV market because obviously you got Philadelphia and New York are much bigger TV markets than Minnesota and San Antonio. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, like on Wednesday, you've got a couple of ESPN games, right? New York and Philly will play at 6, and then the Spurs and Timberwolves on ESPN will follow at 8:30.
And why is it not all like that?
That's the point I'm trying to make.
It makes no sense.
Because they're both on ESPN, and ESPN knows, well, we can't have two games going at once, so we're going to overlap them. The NBA is doing nothing to help their product with the way this TV schedule is laid out. They're making it more difficult to find games, and I realize they want to sell Peacock subscriptions because Peacock paid a whole lot of money to be able to get this. Pisses me off, but I understand the business side of things from the NBA and their TV partner, but you're screwing over the fans that don't have Peacock, the sports bars, the smaller places that don't have a gazillion subscriptions. And you're overlapping games, and it makes no sense to have overlapping games in the second round of the playoffs. It makes no sense. We can have two standalone TV windows.
Yep.
It could easily be done. Why are they making fans choose? And again, in San Antonio, 8:30 rolls around. I mean, that makes it pretty easy to switch because that's who we're invested in. Same thing for those of you that are listening in from Minneapolis right now trying to get some intel on the Spurs. In Minnesota, it's going to be the same thing. On Wednesday, it's set up perfectly. One game ends, the next game will start, and they will push the start of game 2 to make sure that that other game ends.
So let me ask you this then. Is it the NBA or is it NBC that's doing this? Because if ESPN is doing it where it's back-to-back, NBC could do the exact same thing. So NBC is making a business decision of saying we'd much rather have more eyes on New York and Philadelphia than San Antonio and Minnesota.
Maybe it is an NBC call.
I think it's an NBC call.
I mean, but either way, the NBA has signed off on it. Couldn't the NBA say, hey, you know what, boys? Let's start at 7 o'clock so that we can get 2 games with the full TV window? It makes no sense to have overlapping windows. Then I'm getting a text now from Bobby Stotzenberger. So the Spurs are only on streaming tonight?
Yes.
Yes, only on streaming.
That's it.
They are not on NBC. You go to Channel 4 tonight, and you're going to see the Knicks and the Sixers. You will not see the San Antonio Spurs. The only local option besides Peacock in a bar is if you have YouTube TV, it is available on NBC Sports Network. But again, if you don't have YouTube TV, you're kind of screwed because apparently NBC Sports Network isn't offered on Direct or Spectrum.
That's just unbelievable. I don't know what other streaming services may have it. If you've got I don't know, what are some of the other ones? Sling or Slink, whatever that's called.
I think Sling is only that just takes you whatever you have and you can watch it on another TV.
I don't know.
You
what
need
that
a
is.
magic box. But besides that,
yes.
I mean, I just have a feeling that a whole lot of people around 8:30 are going to be pissed off because they can't watch the game. Even though we're trying to give you fair warning, you might think you have it, and when you find out you don't, because I've got Direct and I've got the sports package. Yeah. You've got Spectrum. You've got the sport. Or I think a lot of people are probably thinking like Bobby. Well, in San Antonio, surely they'll make it available on NBC.
Nope.
Because, see, that's what Prime does during football. During football season with their NFL games, if you are in, let's say, Dallas or Houston, for example, and they're playing on Prime, and that is made available on a local channel in those particular markets. They're not doing that with Peacock in these NBA games.
Well, they want you to sign up for Peacock. But look, I signed up when there was football in there, so I still have it. But to be totally honest with you, I never watch Peacock.
No.
Never do. Well, if I'm at Channel 4 tonight, I'm putting the phones on, I'm taking them off the hook. Because I guarantee you,
want Don Harris' cell number?
Well, Don,
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Don.
Yes, Don, I'm telling you, man, and he knows this already. They're all going to blame Don Harris, and because that's the way that it goes. But I guarantee you, the phone's going to be ringing off the hook when 8:30 rolls around, and they're not switching that game to the Spurs. The phones are going to light up over there, and I'm sure they're ready for that. And there's nothing they can do about it. This is an NBC thing. And, I don't even think this is the NBA. And I'm not going to blame it on them. I could be wrong.
Well, I think it's a combination of both. They agreed with their TV partners this is what the schedule is going to be.
Well, I suppose they did, and it's just dumb.
And it's today and tomorrow.
It's dumb.
So, like tomorrow, Cleveland-Detroit is the early game on Peacock, and then the late game, L.A. and Oklahoma City, is on NBC. Then you get to Wednesday. Both games are on ESPN. On Thursday, both are on Prime Video. Friday, both are on Prime Video with staggered start times.
Yes, which is the way it should be done. And
yes.
I don't know why NBC is choosing to do it this way. It makes no sense.
NBC hates us, apparently.
Well, they would have much better viewership overall. Because, look, a lot of people, whether small market or no, take that out of it. People want to see Wemby play. They do. And I think nationwide, people want to see this young man play basketball. And so I think NBC's making a huge mistake by doing this. I really do. A huge mistake.
All of this just seems so bizarre, right? I know it's
stupid.
All right. It's about the money, but this isn't great for the fans or the fan experience. You're starting Philadelphia in New York at 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yes.
You're starting a Minnesota-San Antonio game that while it says 8:30, you know damn well it's going to be 10 to 9 or closer to 9. So you got two teams in the Central Time Zone that are going to start about 9 o'clock on a Monday night. Then tomorrow, on Tuesday, Cleveland and Detroit will start at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Of course.
And then L.A., Oklahoma City at 7:30.
Which is the
Central.
way it should be.
Yeah, well, in L.A., they got a 5:30 start time in
Well,
LA.
and that's yeah.
Like of the times that you would think that the Lakers would at least push it to 6:30. Make that an 8:30 start since you're playing a West Coast team. Well, I mean, think about the crap we dealt with in the first round with Portland, trying to accommodate their fan base.
Absolutely. So I'm not sure what NBC is thinking or what they're doing, but that's the way they've chosen to do it. ESPN is not going to do that, or Prime Video is not going to do that. I don't know what the thinking is there with NBC. But,
I mean, all your years in TV, you haven't figured out why they think the way they do?
Well, it's all money. Dude, and apparently they think Philadelphia, they made the decision that the Philadelphia market and the New York market are obviously huge TV markets.
Yep.
So they made the decision they're going to roll with that. And screw San Antonio and Minnesota. If you want to watch that game, well, then you've got to pay for it. That's what they've made the decision to do. And that's whether it's NBC, CBS, Fox, ABC, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. They said they see Philly and New York, and it's like, bam, that's it. Screw everybody else. That's the way that it is. Instead of doing it like ESPN's doing it, or Prime Video's doing it, they've decided to go for the big market. Unfortunate for Spurs fans. I hope you can find a place to watch. By the way, I was just told that Novo Brewery will have the game tonight as well.
All
so
right, good.
There are some places to go. Novo Brewery attached to North Star Mall.
And we'll be there on Wednesday.
We will be there
Blitz
on
Live,
Wednesday.
2 to 6.
We will be there. Looking forward to going back to Novo Brewery because those picanha skewers are pretty good.
Mm-hmm, they are.
Is it your turn to buy?
No, it's yours.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
That Gus's chicken doesn't count because you didn't have to pay for that.
Well, I did.
No, you didn't.
Tipped heavily. And I think I bought the time before that.
Oh, okay. Well, jeez. Where's the guy that wanted to make a bet with me on a sweep?
Why are you
get him out to Novo?
Trying to get a free lunch for game 2. All right, so according to Pledge, Peacock is a part of certain Spectrum packages if you signed up for it, at least on Pledger services, because he gets text reminders. So they're constantly trying to upsell you?
No, it's like they remind you, like, hey, you've got this package, Hulu and Disney Plus and Peacock and different streaming subscriptions are a part of this. You just have to
so
register.
You could get it.
Yeah.
You just didn't know you did have it.
No, I do have it, but I've already had it, so I haven't really signed up for it.
Well, I mean, when are you going to watch it ever again? Seriously.
No, like it's a part of my thing that I pay for.
Uh-huh.
So you have it?
Yeah.
You just didn't know you have it.
All right.
I get reminders, texts
You
daily.
were just looking for it on the guide and it wasn't there.
Well, it's not on the guide.
Well, how's it not on the guide?
It's the app. Like you sign up, you log into your Spectrum account, you sign up for the
Can we get this sunk into retirement now?
Watching TV shouldn't be this damn difficult,
No,
Pledge.
but it is difficult because you still have to sign in through the Peacock app. It's just a part of your Spectrum service now.
Yeah. All right.
Well, YouTube has
you got to create a login.
So I can either watch on YouTube or I can go to the Magic Box. Either way, I'm fine. I feel bad for people that aren't fine.
Now on the YouTube, Hulu no longer carries NBC Sports Network.
Wow.
If you have Hulu,
according to Wiener Dog.
I mean, if you believe your Wiener Dog,
hey Wiener
with
Dog,
his Raider logo on the YouTube chat, which you can access through sasportstar.com. I don't know.
Well, I feel bad for people that are want to watch the game and they have no way to watch it. I feel bad for them now, or they're going to have to pony up and get the Peacock app. There'll be a lot of people watching on their computers tonight.
Well, and again, however people watch, what you don't need to do, a public service message for our good friend Don Harris. Today is his anniversary.
It is. Congratulations.
He posted on Facebook earlier.
35 years.
35 years.
Wow.
Don't bother Don on his anniversary.
Well, is he working? I'm sure he's working.
Of course he's working.
I'm just saying,
There's a game tonight.
Don't bother Don, because I went through that, as did Greg Simmons, as does Don Harris, as does Chuck McIntyre. Anytime something goes wrong with the TV, it's our fault.
Well, at Channel 5, it was yours.
No, it never was mine.
But it's Don's anniversary. Don't bother him tonight bitching about why you can't watch the Spurs game. Well, it's not Don's decision.
It's the poor dude at the assignment desk that's going to have to deal with all that.
Well, just ask for Don's. Call Zach Hedrick.
Call Matt Roy.
He doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Don't call Jordan Elder.
Call him anyway.
It's Jordan's birthday. Don't bother her with this
either.
Really? It's what she posted on Facebook.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I forgot to tell Marcus May the 2nd was his birthday.
You didn't wish him a happy birthday?
Well, I did today. I said, dude, I'm sorry. Happy belated.
Well, you didn't remember until Facebook told you.
No.
What kind of good friend are you?
Facebook told me on Saturday, and I forgot to text him then.
Wow.
And so I was,
So priorities, huh?
Well, I'm just saying, typically we used to celebrate Marcus's birthday on the road somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that was a common theme.
Yeah. It was kind of like Don and his anniversary.
Don, exactly.
The last 7 years have been really good for Don and his anniversary.
Yes, it has. He hadn't had to work. He got to work tonight. That is for sure. Dallas Cowboys had a rookie minicamp.
He doesn't really have to work, though. Think about it.
He doesn't?
Well, why would he? A Spurs game is going to be going on.
Well, this is true.
While his sports is going on.
Wow.
So the only people that are going to be watching to get the score update are the people that don't have Peacock that are mad at him anyway.
See, and that's got to piss him off even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not only are we not carrying the game on Channel 4, I'm going to have to just show 30 seconds of first half highlights.
Channel 4,
and that's it.
Your Spurs authority. Here's the Knicks and Sixers.
Dude, I feel for him, man. I feel for him. It happened.
Love you, Don.
Oh, my goodness. Cowboys had they had a little rookie mini camp, and some of the players were, not in the best of shape, according to head coach Brian Schottenheimer. We'll talk some Cowboys football. We continue here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You want to tell me about Windows?
Oh, is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, okay. Window Nation, let me introduce them to you. One of our newest sponsors here, and I tell you what, it's really cool what they did. When they first signed up with us, they came over, they gave us the whole demonstration of how windows work and how they're supposed to work and how they're supposed to keep the cold air in and the hot air out. It's a fantastic demonstration. And I tell you what, if your electric bill's high in the summertime, that could be the problem. That really could be the problem, that all of your AC is just going out to the outside, and that's not a good thing. You don't want to air condition the neighborhood, as my dad used to tell me when we'd leave the door wide open. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that it stays in your house, and new windows might be the trick. I tell you what, the best way to do that is to go to windownation.com. They got a great sale going on right now. They've got a buy 4 get 4 free sale. That's right. You buy 4 windows, you're going to get 4 free. So you get 8 windows for the price of 4. Now imagine replacing all of your windows and getting half of them for free. This is one heck of a deal. Plus, you could also get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. It is the perfect time to get this taken care of. If you've been thinking about it, Window Nation is the company you need to think about. Look, their windows are fantastic. They're built with insulated glass, strong frames, tight seals, and they fit just right. Not to mention the fact they back them with a lifetime warranty. So they're good for a lifetime. And they're rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Look, this is a great company to do business with. Go to windownation.com, okay? It's windownation.com. They will come out and give you the same demonstration that they gave us here at the radio station, and you're going to see exactly what I mean. Again, it is windownation.com. Windownation.com. You go there to book your consultation.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George Salinas Injury Lawyers. This is KTFM Floresville.
All right, our Sports Star crew, listen up. If you want to keep winning in life like our San Antonio Spurs do on the court, head over to Game Day Men's Health. Cibolo shirts or Alamo Ranch. The roster stacked with all-stars just like our Spurs. Experts trained in hormonal health, erectile dysfunction, weight loss, advanced peptide therapies. Why go to the G League when you can take your talents straight to the top, baby? Whether you're tired all the time, you've got low energy, maybe you've got some weight gain or the brain fog, maybe you need a little help in the bedroom. I'm not here to judge. They've got you covered. Their Hall of Fame team and services like testosterone replacement and peptide therapies will get you back in the game. Located in Alamo Ranch or choose the Cibolo Shirts location on I-35 and 3009 across the highway from HEB. Call 830-376-9100 or visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your appointment today. Win back your health, win back your life. It's game day. Let's go. That's 830-376-9100.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama,
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, it's been the big news all afternoon long. Minnesota Timberwolves' Anthony Edwards listed as questionable, but expected to play in Game 1 of the conference semifinals between the Spurs and the Timberwolves. Tip-off for tonight's game set for 8:30. It will be televised NBC Sports Network and Peacock. 76ers upset Boston. They'll start a series with the Knicks tonight in New York. Tip-off from the Big Apple, set for 7 o'clock.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Monday. Not only a mellow Monday, but it is game day Monday. Spurs, T-Wolves getting set to start their semifinal series tonight inside the Frost Bank Center. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And, boy, the closer we get, the more excited I am.
3.5 hours away.
I know it. Perfect. Hey, get home, have a little dinner, do what you need to do, and then settle in.
Or go to the game.
You could do that.
Yeah, plenty of parking this early.
You think so?
I hope.
Yeah, okay.
I hope.
Uh-huh.
I hope. Lots of Spurs talk coming up. Game night San Antonio brought to you by Vision Source. But the Cowboys making the news this weekend because of their minicamp. But also a documentary on the draft that ESPN started showing last night. I didn't know anything about this documentary, but now I can't wait to go watch it because the clips that have made their way to social media are quite frankly pretty incredible. The behind-the-scenes access, the teams give you a lot, but nothing quite like this when trades are being made. And what they do show, Joe, and again, not seeing the whole thing in context, but just on clips, is the pulse that the Cowboys front office had on what everybody else wanted to do in the draft. And I've seen some with Cleveland and some other teams. I mean, these guys are really good at what they do, and the chart that they use to value trades, and how much the Cowboys really wanted Caleb Downs, like their trade with the Miami Dolphins to be able to go get him.
Uh-huh.
No, we do. We're 177, 180 if it's 2 5s. Okay, we got it. Trade in. Hold on, guys. Please be quiet.
Nobody was talking.
Hello, it's Ken.
Hey, this is Steven.
Hey, Steven.
We're giving them our pick, number 12, and we're giving them 177, 180. Miami.
Okay, yep.
Are we good?
Yes. Yep. Turn it in. You have the deal. Here you go.
Okay.
We're on the
clock. We're on the clock. They're turning it in. We got 10 seconds, 2 seconds.
Then it's us on the clock.
Then it's us on the
clock. Better hurry up and get it in.
Dallas has submitted its pick. Miami is on the clock.
Caleb Downs.
And it is kind of cool to see who's on the other phone with the league.
Yeah.
And just how, okay, you're doing what? All right. All right, cool.
Yeah, they just hey, this is what's happening, and here you go. But the fact that it came down to the final 10 seconds, man, that was tough. The Cowboys got the guy in Caleb Downs, and obviously everybody just thrilled with that pick.
Well, again, guys got the number 1 jersey out there. A lot of new hope for the Cowboys. The clip of Schefter and his bad Wi-Fi was hilarious because we've all been there.
Oh yeah.
But then they made a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ouch.
Who's the best candidates if you were them?
On who?
Got to play.
Coming card when he moved to 20.
Yeah.
Philly.
He's Cole Howard, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's gonna. If he call, we're gonna be giving the 6. I'm hoping he'll call and say we'll do the 2 4s. We got time. We got a few minutes. Not like we're down to 20 seconds we were. You try to call me? I tell him I'm calling him. Hello? Howie. Hey, this is Steven. How you doing, man?
17, 37.
Our 7th next year? We're good. No, we don't want to. We're already giving up picks for this year. We're out of picks. But anyway, we'd for sure do it for the 2 4s.
Be good?
I'll throw you a next year's 7.
Okay, we got a deal.
We got a deal.
Politics and football make strange bedfellows. The Eagles and Cowboys made a trade.
Dropped 3 spots. He picked up 2 4.
This is Tess.
Yeah, this is Stephen Jones. We're trading this pick to Philadelphia.
Okay.
We're trading pick 20 for their pick 23. And and we get their 114 and 137 in the fourth.
Okay.
And we give back our 7th next year.
7 next year. Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Come on, man!
Indeed he does. Hey, why Philly calling?
There's all of that, remember?
I do. Why is Philly calling?
I'm the GM of the Eagles. How you doing? We just traded up. We're picking you. You're an Eagle. Congrats, brother. Let's do it.
Let's get to work, man.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Now, the other part that I found interesting, Malachi Lawrence was their guy at 20 or 23. They were going to take that guy regardless, but they were able to get the 2 4s. And freaking Steven, if we call them, if they call us, though, we'll get the 2. Hate that philosophy, but we saw it in action.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing I wondered, did he have to throw in the 7th for next year? I'm not sure he would have had to do that.
How he didn't respond initially.
I know. I get it.
And that
they wanted that lemon dude, and so
that closed the deal.
I guess. I
can't wait to watch that thing in full, although I don't know when it will become a priority watch because, I don't know, NBA playoffs. But I'm glad that ESPN turned that around as quickly as they did.
No kidding.
But, man, this would have, I don't know. Drop that in July when we're all jonesing for any kind of football, right?
I love the NFL stealing a little of the NBA's thunder with that. Perhaps I don't know. It's it's fascinating to hear the back and forth and what's going on and how it's doing it. And you know, I was like kind of critical. Why do you make a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles? And then I read a story that Jerry doesn't give a damn.
No.
If it benefits the Cowboys, he'll trade with anybody. Doesn't care.
And seems about accurate. You get the deal. They were able to get the 2 4s. And with that, they had their rookie minicamp over the season. And Schottenheimer, I think he got his wish. We'll get into that coming up. It's kind of funny.
He got his wish, huh? Okay. Good deal. We'll see what Shotty's wish is. Is it a Super Bowl? Are you going to tell us?
Stop.
When we return here on the Blitz on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, I want to tell you, we are going to be live out at Novo Brewery on Wednesday. 2 to 6, the Blitz is going to be live out at Novo Brewery. Of course, it is attached to North Star Mall. I say that because, well, you can get to it from a couple of different ways. If you want to go through the mall and get to Novo Brewery, you can do that. But they also have their own entrance. And so you don't have to go through the mall. And the good news about that is they're not locked into mall hours. They're open late. And from what I'm being told, they will have the Spurs game tonight. If you're looking for a place to go, head on down to Novo Brewery, and they will have the game for you tonight, Spurs and Timberwolves. And there's not a bad spot in the house. In fact, 8 massive LED screens, 80 feet of LED video walls. It is incredible. Go hungry, too, because they've got a great menu. Everything from wings to burgers to sandwiches, all the way up to the picanha skewers, which is what I love. They've even got great ribeye steaks there at Novo Brewery. They've got over 60 craft beers on tap. They also have domestic beer on tap, and they've got a full bar. So if you don't want to drink beer, you don't have to. And I'm told for the ladies, they have stem glasses for wine. Okay, and that seems to make it be a big deal for some of these ladies.
So do men not get a stem on their wine glass?
There's all kinds of jokes there. I mean, sure, they get a stem too, of course. They do. Everybody gets a stem. Exactly. So head on out to Novo Brewery. You head out there tonight for the Spurs game, and then be sure, make plans right now. Wednesday, we will be broadcasting the Blitz live from Novo Brewery. It is attached to North Star Mall. Head on out there and come see us. Will you do that? You can check out Novo Brewery if you'd like before you get there. It's novobrew.com, novobrew.com, N-O-V-O brew.com.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, This is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two, and then we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. Every day you wait, pain has one more day to take from you. If it's keeping you from work, workouts, sleep, or just feeling like yourself, it's time to fix it. At Arasti, we find the root cause and treat it. No pills, no surgery. Most patients feel better in just one visit. Covered by most insurance plans, visit Arasti.com today. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
To find the location nearest you, visit Arasti.com.
Progressive knows it ain't easy navigating the open plains of home insurance, but there is one man who can help tame that wild herd of options. The Home Quote Explorer.
Note, Progressive's Home Quote Explorer is not a real person, but an online tool that lets you compare home insurance.
He's the type of feller who helps you decide on the right insurance, even if it ain't with him.
Again, not a person, just an online tool that helps you find great home coverage.
A real pioneer.
Okay, fine. Just do the thing. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Harry Douglas here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car or truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're back here on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on a mellow Monday. How you feel about giving away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom?
Let's do it.
You in a good mood?
Yeah.
Well, good. It's about time.
What do you mean about that?
I mean, I figured you'd be happy. You saw your wife this weekend.
I'm very happy. Very happy.
That's good. Good,
oh,
good.
It's okay.
You want to win a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom? Be caller number
15.
15. They're pledging, they're shaking his head. Caller number 15, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. If you're caller number 15, you get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom on this Mellow Monday. Cowboys in the news over the weekend because, well, they had a rookie minicamp, as did most clubs in the NFL. But it was just good to see those guys out there playing football.
You know, one of the things that feels very old school with Brian Schottenheimer is rookies are always going to be out of shape. And he said they were going to puke. I don't know if he gave them Fruit Loops for breakfast or not, but he did see a couple of dudes lose their lunch.
Number one, I'm going to take the time to give a shout out to Lunda and the job that L-Dub does. It's incredible. He tends to always deliver on the guys that he targets potential as free agents, and so he does an incredible job of developing relationships. He usually is at a pro day and gets to know the guys, and but it's more than that. It's once you get them here, you're all in, like we all are. And so talk about Michael first. We've all seen the highlight reel catches and things that he did at Baylor, and it's impressive. And you talk about a guy that can stretch the field vertically and make game-changing, wow-type plays, attack in the middle of the field, I think jumps out at you. And then, DJ, obviously here at TCU, I love the versatility of that DJ brings. You see him play some Y, you see him play some F, you see him play some fullback, and none of these guys are in great shape right now. You might have saw a few guys getting sick yesterday, a little bit of vomiting going on. But I'm really excited about those two young men and adding it to a group that I feel is maybe one of the most stable positions on our roster, talking about the tight ends.
So, a little puking going on.
He was happy to see Michael Trigg, who, honestly, and I realize you're an undrafted free agent signing.
Yes.
Guy's got some character concerns. But if he can make this team and be legit, holy cow, what a pickup that could be for the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, no doubt. And you might as well take a chance. Why not? See if a guy's turned over a new leaf. And if he's talented, I mean, the Cowboys have taken some chances since Jerry Jones has taken over there, and some work, some don't.
Kind of known to do that. Now, it's shoddy. It's May. I know Cowboy fans are very excited about this team. Caleb Downs has the number one selling jersey. But Shoddy's already brought up the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, I think I've never shied away from it, that's the goal. Never will. I think I'm more comfortable talking about it now because I do feel like this team is built to where, I feel even better going into year two. Thrilled about the defensive changes that we've made. I'm quite honestly elated about how the draft went. But I started that with the veterans as well. Super Bowl 61, February 14th, 2027. And that's where we plan on being. And that's a tall task, and we have to clean up a number of things that we need to improve on from last year, and that starts with protecting the football and taking it away and things like that nature. But it was proven this year by both Seattle and New England that if you didn't qualify for the playoffs, the previous year, it doesn't mean you can't get to the big game.
Look, he's exactly right, and if he didn't feel that way, he needs to get into another business. I mean, going into the season, the head coach needs to feel like, yeah, Super Bowl is the goal, the ultimate goal, and that's where we need to be. So I don't blame him for that. It's just kind of a joke because that's the Cowboy fan battle cry.
Well,
Super Bowl, it's our year.
If there are a lot of teams out there, if Lo Kellamore was talking about the Super Bowl, we'd all get a little chuckle and go. But there is a renewed excitement level around this Dallas Cowboys team that hasn't been there the last couple of years. There is a belief that they are going to be better because, well, the defense has gotten better and the offense is coming back essentially with what they had. And George Pickens has signed his tag, so the typical offseason drama isn't going to be there. Now, there's still a lot of questions about this defense. I mean, it's May 4th. Do they need to add another middle linebacker before they get to camp?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm comfortable with where we are. We're not looking. We're not not evaluating. I think, adding, D and adding DeJean and adding Curtis Robinson, and, we'll get, opportunity to evaluate these guys once phase 1 ends, which it'll end this week, and then we'll start phase 2. But, we're never closed for business. And, at the end of the day, I think, we've got a good group of linebackers, and now it's about training them with Christian and Scott Simons and those guys and getting them all on the same page about the system that we want to run.
He talks a good game there. I think that still might be the weakest part of this Dallas Cowboys defense is the line. Depending on what Overshown does, and the guy they brought in from San Francisco, D Winters.
But when you look at the idea of that's still a little bit of a hole, and Overshown, until he can prove he can be healthy, I don't think many are going to be comfortable that he can be the guy. And the other part, how is this defense going to look under Christian Parker?
I heard Christian comments, and it's funny. I mean, he's learned so much from Vic, but he's going to put his stamp on this based off of what fits our personnel, and whether that's playing nickel 51, whether it's playing nickel 4-2, how much base we play, all of that. But he and I have had these conversations from the minute he got hired that, we wouldn't be able to finalize the foundation of what we're going to be built on until after the draft. Not that the talent acquisition piece ever stops. It doesn't stop. But now we know the for the most part what our roster is going to look like. Now is when those big decisions are made, and just being around him these last couple of days since the draft, it's very clear we've got a starting point and a direction of what it's going to look like, and it's no different than what he sat up here and said with his introductory press conference. We're going to be multiple, but in terms of the starting point, is it potentially nickel? Yeah, I mean, there's a really good chance that that's what it is, and we'll see how much these guys handle.
Well, it's going to be interesting. He mentioned Vic Fangio, who is Christian Parker's a disciple of the Fangio defense, which is a pretty good school to come from. So I'm anxious to see what Parker does with this. I really am. I'm anxious to see what he does, how he does it. Everybody speaks so highly of this guy, including Cooper DeJean, who's dating a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, by the way. Speaks very highly.
Now your favorite Eagle.
Exactly. So I'm anxious to see what he does.
Well, and again, I think that's you kind of, I think, underscore a lot of how Cowboy fans are feeling. The last year with Mike McCarthy, we all knew was going to suck. You had a dead man walking. Last year, you were hoping it was going to be better, but you knew the defense was going to be god-awful, and they were worse than we could have imagined, right? And this year, the way the Cowboys have handled business, there is that renewed hope that maybe they can get some things turned around. And Christian Parker, not a retread coach that you already hate, because, it's just all of it's there. And screw that guy. And then Shotty can talk about, seeing all these coaches that he doesn't really know. How do they work during practices?
It was great for me just to hear the type of teachers they are with the guys, the way they preach fundamentals and teach fundamentals. And the cool thing with the small numbers like we have right now, Todd, is you're able to kind of, you teach the drills in the classroom, then we'll go into walkthrough, and we'll do the walkthrough. We'll kind of teach them half speed. Then you go out there. I do have to remind a few of those guys, the coaches, that these guys haven't been doing much. I use a guy like Malachi Lawrence, who had 16 or 17 top 30 visits. We got to be smart with these guys with what we do. And as coaches, we're just so excited to have them in the building. But I think the defensive staff as a whole, tremendous teachers, tremendous motivators, but what excites me the most is their ability to teach the fundamentals on the grass.
And that obviously, even though you're a pro, that matters.
It does.
It does. The fundamentals.
And again, Eberflus couldn't tie a shoe.
Eberflus.
Right?
He was horrible. But, I mean, I know Cowboy fans tried to be positive when that guy came in here, but he was a complete...
He was really good when he was there before.
He was a complete disaster in Chicago.
It was a complete disaster in Dallas.
Yes, he was.
And I guess the one question that still hasn't truly been answered is, who's going to be that green dot guy on defense?
At the end of the day, the green dot is what is it? It's interesting because I think some people, general fans, don't really know what the green dot is. Hell, there was never a green dot for defense up until a couple years ago. The biggest thing I would say about that is we're going to train so many people, Clarence, in the green dot, that we're going to find out who's comfortable doing it. It might be Demo. It might be Jalen Thompson. It might be D. Winters. It might be whoever. And I think at the end of the day, communication comes down to not just the green dot, but the entire defense. And so if we were playing a game this week, I could not tell you who was going to be the green dot. But we're not playing a game for a while, and so we've got time. There'll be trial and error. There will be different things. There'll be different packages of guys being together. And so at the end of the day, I have my favorite, who I would – since it's a Kentucky Derby, I can talk about that a little bit. I have my favorite, not in the Derby, but in who I think will be our green dot. But I'm not going to share it with you.
Thanks,
that was good. I noticed all these new guys, they don't have a nickname yet. They was calling all those guys by their full names.
Well, you got to get to know them.
Is that what it is?
You got to earn your nickname.
I figure Caleb Downs probably what? C. Downs?
Downey.
I mean, I need some nicknames, Shotty. I mean, they're not Dallas Cowboys till they have a nickname.
Try to shove it up their ass.
In Shotty's regime.
Oh, pledge.
What, the nickname?
That's we'll get there through a training camp.
I'm just curious. He called Malachi Lawrence.
Did you ask Malachi Lawrence what his nickname is going to be?
I did not. No.
The one thing you were supposed to do.
Well, I didn't, and it turned out to be a quick interview.
Stand back there and rip piss missiles at people.
Interesting. We'll see what kind of nicknames. That's something to look forward to as we go through the summer. That is for sure. Got to give these guys some nicknames. We got a big basketball game.
Yeah, we do.
Coming up tonight, Game 1 of the Western Conference Semifinals between the Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The big news all day long. Obviously, Anthony Edwards is expected to play. It is game night, San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source, and that is next here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area, they have extended hours Monday through Saturday, on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, Game 1 of Spurs Timberwolves is in the book. We got 2 more series kicking off. How's the NBA looking as we get into this phase? Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more at every Tuesday home game. First pitch at 7:05. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Estimate based on your neighborhood average and individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this, but I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be protested, and they can be reduced. But instead of filing protests yourself and very possibly losing your appeal, Ownwell does it all for you. And we give you the best chance to win and save big. Ownwell has reduced property taxes for hundreds of thousands of Texans and put money back in their pocket, and you can be one of them. And unlike other companies that take half of whatever you save, Ownwell charges just 25%. And that's only if you save.
Now I don't worry about my property taxes. Ownwell reduces it every year.
Sign up now for free. Don't pay unless you save. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000. Text TAX to 64,000.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
I've taken up candle making.
Nigel, the whole office smells like wet dog and gym socks.
My nose is highly refined.
Folks, if your home smells a little off, it might be your AC. Portamoon's Breathe Easy package pulls and deep cleans your blower motor, blower wheel, and housing, cleans your coil in place, disinfects the inside of your AC cabinet, and installs a UV light to help zap bacteria and other nasties hiding in your unit. All for just $6.95.
Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899. License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The Morning Huddle.
See, you're talking like that little old lady at the Spurs game now. It's just not right. It's just not right.
Yeah, she's talking directly to me. How can I afford it? Yeah,
she was. And Vic was. Vic is that little old lady. Vic's like, how do they afford it?
I know.
Outrageous.
I literally mow lawns on the weekends for extra money
to buy the ticket.
My favorite thing that Vic said was like, he was mowing his lawn and some dude came by and said, how much? And Vic was like, this is my house.
I live here. I live here.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Getting ready for a big game one inside the Frostbank Center tonight. Spurs, Timberwolves, Western Conference Semifinal Series is finally underway. Obviously, the big news today, Anthony Edwards expected to play tonight.
This is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Every weekday game night, The Blitz with Jason and Joe get you inside and ready for tonight's game. From insiders to an in-depth preview of tonight's game, this is Game Night San Antonio. Brought to you by Vision Source. Beyond your eyes.
Game 1 does tip off 8:30 tonight. It is Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source. Go see Wood Vision Source, Dr. Bobby Wood, over on Bandera Road between Braun and Gilbo. Or Stone Oak Vision Source, Dr. Chandler Mann there on Stone Oak Parkway and Hardy Oak. As Joe mentioned, the surprising news today, Anthony Edwards looks like he's gonna play tonight.
Going to give it a shot. We've got a poll up on our YouTube page. If you go to sasportstar.com, you can get there from there. Simply ask the question, with Ant expected to play, does that change your outlook for the Spurs-Wolves series? No, 65%. Yes, 35%.
And that surprises me a little bit, because if you had them say Spurs in 5 and now it's 6, because Anthony Edwards, the idea of this guy playing at all in game 1 or 2 seemed so remote just over the weekend. I saw Chris Finch over the weekend say he was still week to week, not hour to hour. So when Shams tweeted that out about 2 o'clock, that Anthony Edwards, while listed as questionable, and barring some sort of setback during pregame warmup, is expected to play tonight. Now, we don't know if he'll be on a minutes restriction, if he would be even in the starting lineup. But just the fact that he is that close, 9 days after hyperextending his knee, is, pretty freaking impressive.
That's unbelievable. I mean, watching that video, and I've seen it several times today, when he got hurt, and the way that he comes down, and you could see that knee just trying to go the other way. And the fact that he's going to be back and will be ready. And now, what percentage is he? Obviously, I can't imagine the kid's 100%. Is he 70, 80, 90? I'm not sure. But I guess if you're the Timberwolves and he can play without hurting that knee any further, 70, 80% Anthony Edwards is good enough. I'll go with that.
And again, we know he is known to be a fast healer, and we know that he wants to play. But I do believe the Timberwolves organization, just like the Spurs when we were talking about Wemby and his concussion, the Lakers right now dealing with Luka, who's out tomorrow. They're not going to rush somebody back for the short-term gain of a playoff series, and in this case, a game 1. Most of these teams are going to err on the side of caution and protect the player from himself. Credit the gamesmanship from Minnesota, because hearing Chris Finch talk the other day, I didn't think that Anthony would be back before game 3. Game 2 would probably be the soonest. So the fact that he might even play tonight is incredible from the Minnesota standpoint. The part that does surprise me a little bit is this gets leaked out this afternoon. So the Spurs have had all afternoon to kind of change their mindset that, all right, well, let's expect him to be there and start preparing as such, as opposed to preparing that he ain't going to be there, so let's focus on other things.
Well, yeah, exactly. Keep in mind, though, it wasn't the Spurs who held Wemby out. It was the NBA.
Sure.
So the Spurs had cleared him, and he was going to play as far as they were concerned, and then the NBA said no. I find it interesting. These two teams met 3 times during the regular season, Jason, and Minnesota won 2 of those. Now, keep in mind both wins came at the Target Center in Minneapolis. The Spurs, though, a tough, hard-fought battle, 126-123 back on January 17th. They haven't met since then. And I think both teams have changed tremendously since then. All 3 of their meetings come really early in the season. And so I'm not sure you can take anything out of that, but I think it's interesting. Anthony Edwards this season has been very successful against the fellas in silver and black.
And again, I think if Ant does Ant things, cool. It's nobody else can do those kind of things too, right? You kind of go that route. Now, you think about the appetizer that the Spurs had in the first round called the Portland Trailblazers. Even Wemby knew and said that wasn't a full meal.
It was good. It was fun. But Portland is a pretty straightforward team. You know, it's they're on one end of the spectrum of NBA teams. So it requires a lot of resilience to keep pushing through that, because they push you through an identity that might not be yours. And I'm excited to play against teams that, will challenge more of the technical basketball aspect.
So in other words, according to Wemby, the Minnesota Timberwolves are a much better team than the Portland Trailblazers. So you don't have to take mine and Jason's word for it. Just listen to Wemby.
I mean, he's not wrong. By any stretch of the imagination, he's not wrong. And it was a great tune-up. Minnesota will be a test, a real test. Minnesota with Anthony Edwards has become a much more difficult test if you're getting a full, I'm going to say a full complement. If Anthony Edwards is out there, he's going to be not limping around and playing at 20%, right? He wouldn't be out there if that's the case. The question is, he on what kind of minutes restriction, and how limited, if any, is his game?
That's the million-dollar question, is it not? I mean, and we won't know until we see him play out there. Now, again, I haven't seen anything official that he will play.
It's too early.
It's been expected to play. He was supposed to go out pregame warm-ups and see that, he did move around and took a bunch of shots at shoot-around this morning. And I'm sure they're waiting to see how that knee feels after that. And if everything's okay, I fully expect him to play.
Now, at shoot-around this morning, long before the Shams tweet about Anthony Edwards expecting to play tonight, Tom Worsborn has a tweet from quoting Devin Vassell that basically Devin said, "We're preparing as if he will play. We have matchups. If he doesn't play, we're still consistent in what we're doing." Obviously, a big change if he does play. And if that has been the game plan, the mindset for the San Antonio Spurs, is they started their prep for Minnesota. Once the Timberwolves eliminated Denver and they could actually start working on Minnesota, the smart way to approach it is having Anthony Edwards there. And if he's not there, whoever's replacing him isn't near as good, right? What they can't have, and it doesn't sound like they do or would have, is a game plan that doesn't include Anthony Edwards. And now you're going, oh, crap, what are we going to do? That guy's pretty good. Scrap everything. So that's the proper mindset to have. But the human nature of everybody that's going to be on that basketball court tonight for the San Antonio Spurs is you haven't been preparing for Anthony Edwards as tough because thinking that he wouldn't be there, right? That's just human nature. The idea that you get probably in the middle of their nap time, so they wake up from their nap, Anthony Edwards might play.
Yeah.
That's got to give those guys a little extra juice, too.
I would think so.
I mean, as a fan, you and I both, as soon as we saw that, the excitement level for tonight went up.
Well, I mean, look, Wemby said as much. He wants to face the best, and he said that last week, and he doesn't want anybody to be out. And look, I think when push comes to shove, as fans, we're saying, all right, I hope all those guys are out, and it's an easy road to the Western Conference Finals. But as players, you want to play against and beat the best, and that's what the Spurs are thinking. And I'm sure they're happy that Ant's in there, and they want to take it to him. This is a good Minnesota team, and with Ant, obviously, it makes them that much better. But this is going to be a test, and you just heard, and maybe that was a little bit of a knock on Tiago Splitter, maybe not. Maybe it's just the players that are up there in Portland, but he talked about the technical aspect of the game. And so, to me, that's saying that Chris Finch is a pretty damn good coach, and he's going to have a good game plan ready for the Spurs tonight.
Well, I know the line went from 11.5 to sitting right now at 9.5 for the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Jeff McDonald's article in the Express News, after the news wrapped up today, I guess he reworked or retweeted out, but, kind of first one to 100 wins in this defensive battle that you're expecting. And obviously the French connection with Gobert and Wemby apparently Rudy says anytime Wemby calls, he doesn't talk basketball. It's always weird stuff that he asks, like, what kind of water filter do you have in your house? All Wemby needs to do is call the people at Connecticut, and he'll be fine.
That's exactly right.
But it is kind of funny when you think about Wemby calling a guy like Rudy, what kind of water filter do you use?
I have a feeling Wemby is. We all know he's kind of a different cat, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he is, and I think when he's not playing ball, he's a regular guy. You know, I mean, you're talking about
When you were 20-something, did you ever think about a water filter?
I never did.
All right.
I never went to Monkville either, and I didn't do a lot of things that Wemby does. So
Well, he's rich.
He's a different dude, though. He really is. The things that, more power to him. But this is going to be a great matchup. I want to see how Wemby does against Rudy Gobert. Can Gobert continue his good defense that he gave Joker hell with in that first round series?
The interesting part about everything that we've kind of talked about is the Spurs and their defense. And we know they are a really good, if not great, defensive ball club. But so is Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Is tonight more actually about what the Spurs can do offensively? Who's going to be the one that has to exploit? You would think that the pick and roll will be available all day for the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby can pick the guard that he wants to work with, whether it's pick and roll or a pick and pop. I mean, you've got so many options if they're knocking down shots. But is this series, from a San Antonio perspective, heading into tonight's game one, more about the Spurs offense than it is the Spurs defense?
I think it's always about defense, and then you play off that. Look, and this could be, who knows, one of those old school 95-90 type games, and I'd be just fine with that. I have no issue with it at all. However, having said that, there's too many good offensive players on both sides, especially with Ant playing. You got Naz Reid out there. Julius Randle's been playing extremely well. Rudy Gobert. Then you've got the young fellas on that Minnesota team who really stepped in big time when Ant was on the bench. And then you turn around and look at the Spurs and you talk about it. We know Wemby can score. Steph Castle can score. Dylan Harper can score. Luke Cornett has played extremely well with Wemby on the pine when he takes a breather. I think Harrison Barnes will play more for the Spurs tonight, especially if Carter Bryant misses tonight's game, and he is listed as questionable. So, I mean, there's so many scores on both sides. I think the offense will take care of itself. I think whoever plays the best defensive effort in this series overall is going to win it.
I mean, I know the defense is important. I just look at Minnesota, and they held Denver to under 100 points in 3 of their 4 wins.
Which is pretty impressive.
And they've, in their last 3 playoff seasons, have held opponents under 115 times. And so, yes, the Spurs defense needs to be great tonight, but they better find their offense.
Yeah.
And the one thing about this Spurs team that we all know is when one guy is struggling, typically others are able to pick it up. And so if it's not Fox and Wemby tonight, is this a Devin Vassell game? Is this a Julian Champagnie game? I mean, I'm curious who's going to be that guy that's going to have, 12, 15, 18 points that we're not expecting. Because the way Minnesota plays defense kind of feels like it's one of those kind of players that are going to jump off the stat sheet tomorrow and we're all going to be like, well, we didn't see that coming, because Minnesota is going to have a great defensive game plan for the Spurs scores.
Well, yeah, and you make a good point there, Jason, that obviously Wemby's going to be the the focus of this team, obviously. So who is going to do that? Look, Julian Champagnie could step up at any moment and knock down 5-6 threes. Devin Vassell, too. Both of those guys have been shooting well. They're going to need that, I think, in this series. Overall, somebody's going to have to get hot. De'Aaron Fox, the last 2 games against Portland, has really picked it up and done what he's going to do. So I think, again, he's important. But I think Steph Castle's defense, I would assume he will have the responsibility for Anthony Edwards tonight. That's going to be key. Do you limit him, or does he get his and you just limit everybody else?
And just stay out of foul trouble.
So many questions that will begin to get answered tonight. The beauty about a series like this, no matter what happens tonight or no matter who wins, Game 2 is going to be completely different because of the adjustments that both teams will make.
Absolutely.
I love
Absolutely. As we wrap up Game Night San Antonio, brought to you by Vision Source, our YouTube poll with Ant expected to play, does that change your outlook for the Spurs-Wolves series? 65% say no. 35% say yes.
Well, there you go. So it doesn't change anything. And as we had a caller or two, it's going to be a sweep.
Nah, a couple people.
A couple.
Yeah, Spurs in 6.
No sweep. I say Spurs in 6 as well. And we'll see what happens. Extra Innings with James Pledger coming up next. Be sure and join the fellas in the morning for your first reaction. The Morning Huddle, AJ and Rob, they'll get you started at 6 o'clock. Minix and I will be back here at 2 o'clock. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
From the San Antonio Sports Star Studios, sponsored by George